So Mark's busy right now, guys. So hey,
As I
everybody,
pointed in transition, Mark disappeared.
welcome to If These Balls Could Talk. I'm John. I know you're not used to hearing this, but there's Mark. Mark, take it away, buddy.
Hey, ballers! Welcome to season.
I'm the singing real estate. Oh, wait, sorry.
Welcome to the season 6 finale of If These Balls Could Talk, where we talk about the latest in sports tech and pop culture. As a reminder of the format, we come up with 4 topics each without the other's knowledge. And if you like what you hear or see, please like us or hit that subscribe button. Or as John and Pete love to hear me say, tickle that little bell.
Tickle, 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 tickle.
I don't know why I do the under tickle.
Tim's a super fan. Tim knows about the tickle.
Tim knows about the tickle. Anyway,
there's so many times that I've listened to you guys in my hot tub. It just feels like we're family.
I'm glad you're thinking about me in your hot tub, Tim.
All the time, John.
Well, I hope the tickle the bell part is not what makes it feel like it's family.
Is that where the bell comes in?
Yeah, for sure.
So let's introduce our guest. You've seen him before. That we got Tim Feyes, and we got a first timer back here. His name is Chris Robyn. Good evening, gentlemen, and how are things with you?
Wunderbar.
Wonderful. Wunderbar.
Thanks, Chris.
Are you guys drunk yet?
Sorry?
Are you guys drunk yet?
Only about 5 beers.
My second edible is kicking in.
Well, 5 beers here and then.
Amazing.
Nice,
so Chris and I used to be neighbors.
Okay.
Like literally next door. We pandemicked together, our families. We quarantined together. We were like, so
you guys had the pod, right?
Like, yeah. So it was like the 5 of us. It was him and his wife and Lisa and I and their 9-year-old. We'd hang out in the bar. And Finn would play video games, and that's how we got through the pandemic.
That's where Finn learned how to pour a stiff drink.
Yeah,
that sounds like amazing training.
I mean,
teach him early.
That's a life skill right there.
I remember. I remember Casey Kruger, one of our fraternity brothers. Like he always said like he just wants to teach his kids how to get him a beer.
So and
I think he told us that like I think they were 4 years old or something like that, maybe even younger than that, and that's when he taught him how to do that.
Well, our friend of the show, Dane, who also taught his kids how to bring him a beer, his claim to fame, hey Dane, was when he taught his son how to bring him beers once he knew colors. So he would want the green one or the brown one or the black one. Works out, man. Works out.
I don't know if Feyes would be proud of this or not, but Lisa taught our old cattle dog. She tied a towel on the refrigerator. He could open the door and get us a beer. He was only 18 months old, so all your friends and their kids are terrible at this.
Terrible.
Damn.
Well, I mean, 18 months, that's like almost 10, right?
No, it's still 18 months. Beer to my FaceTime is still only 18 months.
That's impressive for a puppy.
He was a cattle dog. They
Oh yeah.
Put stuff in their mouth.
Investment versus the actual product was probably pretty impressive.
It was like a good afternoon. Teach him how to do it. So
that's pretty awesome.
I don't really put like a collar around Finn anymore, but like
what, 13?
He's 13, but he can still.
He doesn't have one of those backpacks. He's like,
was that your dog that was smarter than you?
Yeah, it was.
No, that's his son.
Yeah.
If you go on YouTube, if all your smart subscribers can find me on YouTube, you can watch a video. My dog, I taught him how to hit a punching bag in response to me making the theme from Rocky. Like, and he'd be like, "What?" And then he would run and start. It's really crazy. It's on YouTube. I swear to God. Like
that's amazing.
Like a kangaroo, he would attack this thing, and I would. Like,
I gotta tell you, Tim, you need to start a YouTube channel for funny dog tricks that you can train your dogs to do. I think that would be amazing.
Dino can't do anything. He's too placid. Dino's only trick is being picked up and being
turn into Play-Doh?
Like no, I was gonna say like the slime from Ghostbusters when you were a kid. We were just like this.
You could do an Instagram just for that, like dog tricks that he won't do.
Yeah, he is literally a liquid dog.
You're like, when we put my dog Dino and how smart he is.
He just laid down. He was like, I'm just pet me. I don't know what to do.
Dino, die. Sorry.
Dino has a very Dino's a well-financed dog.
He's a very chill dog. Yeah.
He's well financed and he's super chill. So Dino's like, I don't do tricks.
All the other dogs.
No, he does the game day hot tub lick Tim's face trick.
Yeah. Dino's the
Is that what you're
saying? That's what Dad really wants too. Is that one trick? But all the other ones, like if he's well financed, like why does he need to do all these tricks? Is he gonna get more?
You're gonna give me
as a sugar daddy.
Everyone had a
He's
friend
caught
that had
on.
a projection
He's caught on.
TV
He's
when we
really
grew up,
smart. He's really smart.
Yes.
like an Apple IIe or something like that. That's Dino to all of his friends. You know, the kid with the Oregon.
It's a nice reference, Tim. So, Mark, how are you, man? How was your week?
You know, it's been a little while since we've had this, but anyway, I mean, it's been such a blur since we last did this.
We only took 1 week off.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks though. Like,
Yeah,
that's
right.
what happened in the last 2 weeks. It's all a blur to me. I really couldn't tell you what I did.
I went on vacation and spent a ton of
Sounds like
time
a
on
good-
a boat. So
You did go on a vacation and
Oh,
on a
yeah.
boat. Yes,
It looks
I did.
fun. It looks fun, John.
on a motherfucking boat.
Oh, I just realized
it's fun to have boat time.
flipped backwards.
Boat.
There.
Yeah.
Although I
And,
did, now that I remember, I did go on a Block Island trip one day, and we take the ferry, and the waters were really choppy, so that was fun to get on the way to Block Island.
Mm.
Block Island.
What's
It's in
that?
New England. It's in New
What's
England.
Block
Tim.
Island?
It's like Rhode Island's version of like Martha's Vineyard or something like that. Does that make sense? It's an island off the coast of Rhode Island, but it's part of Rhode
It's
Island.
fancy though.
He's out.
Keep saying island.
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 Lonely Island.
You know,
Rhode Island, Block Island.
The wife and I have been known to enjoy the fancier things in life, so I think we might have to have a trip to this Block Island. So if it's expensive, I want to go there. That's kind of how I live my life now. So.
Sounds good.
I mean, compared to some of the places you guys go to, it's not going to be that expensive. And in all
no
seriousness, there's very few things to do. So you could probably make it a weekend. I wouldn't suggest a whole week there.
And also go
As
to
a member of the
Providence.
bourgeoisie,
Providence is
do I really want to go
It's
there?
a lot
now?
better if you have a boat too. It's a lot better when you have a boat.
Mm.
Tim, buy
I
a
can buy
boat.
one, or rent
Yeah,
one.
buy a
I'll rent
boat.
a boat for the
This
day.
is why Steph made a T-shirt design that says "Be kind, you never know who has a boat."
I have that shirt.
It's a great.
one of my
friend
favorite
just got a
sports.
boat, and it's so exciting.
It's a great mod.
because
Yeah,
every
it's
time
a
we
good.
go out on the boat. I'm busy. Oh, it's super fun.
We
awesome.
our house on Lake Winnipesaukee that we went to for the vacation.
Wait.
had its own boat.
I like that.
From what
I
I'm
like how
about-
John worded that in that order specifically.
Holy cows on the wall.
No,
From
I
What
don't
About
know.
Bob? Lake Winnipesaukee from What About Bob?
Hmm.
Yeah, from What About Bob, Lake
Yeah,
Winnipesaukee.
from What About
But, like,
Bob.
I'm sailing. I sail now. I'm a sailor. Like, that's where you went?
yeah, that's where
Did
we
you go
went.
to the general store? Did you get a shirt that said, "Don't hassle me, I'm local"?
Yes, of course.
I have not
obviously.
seen that movie in
The
like
only thing I
20
wanna hear about,
years at
John.
least.
But we
Did you blow up a
parked.
cabin? Did you buy
Our
gunpowder?
boat slip for the condo that we rented was next to a whole bunch of other boat slips, but the one next to us was a $900,000 boat on one side and a $700,000 boat on another side, and we had our like $1,000 for 2 days rental boat. We're like, yeah, fuck
Yeah.
you guys.
21 G's sticker price, bro.
Word up.
My favorite is like when you're talking to people, you're like, "Yeah, that's my boat over there," and they're like, "Oh my god,
Nice,
that one!" You're like,
nice.
"Yeah."
Yeah.
And I know Jeffem's
Next
listening, so thank you for being my sugar daddy, Jeffem, because I did not pay for the boat.
Awesome.
All right, I think we've checked in with
Thank
everyone
you.
except for Pete. Pete, why don't you catch us up on what's been
Pete
going
was working.
Yeah, work.
Yeah, Pete was working.
All right,
And,
we're caught up.
Well, no, well, okay, all right. Also, we did visit briefly just West New York too for my dad's side of the family for the Stephen picnic, which we didn't get to see as many as we had hoped, but a lot of
Did you see a Tim?
relatives.
Can I get a ruling? I get a
Yes.
ruling from the audience. When your cousin is driving in from 4 hours away, or something that clearly has been planned for months, what's an appropriate amount of time of notice to be told that said cousin will be in town, that you can drop what you're doing and go see him? I'm curious, John and Mark, what you think an appropriate amount of time, or days, or weeks would be.
Can we back into this and get the amount of time that you were given? Because I think that is
It wasn't
important.
much. I
I mean,
admit.
I would say at least a day in all seriousness. But
Okay.
knowing Pete, I'm guessing he gave you what, 15 minutes?
Well, it was when we were on the way there.
Oh, so four
Okay.
whole hours, bro.
No, that's good. Come
Well,
on,
I
that's
mean-
good.
Come on. This is what we're working with here.
4 hours?
In my defense, my brain has been scrambled for
Mush.
months, but it's mush.
Most people have kids. I don't want to hear it.
It's not the kids,
Most
it's the
people
work.
figure- Most people have jobs.
I know. I'm
Most
not.
people have
Most people,
kids.
most
and
most
jobs.
people aren't Pete.
Yeah,
He's
my,
our
my
Pete.
brain can't handle
We
too
love
many
you,
things
Pete.
at the same time.
We love you, Pete.
I don't even know what we were doing, but I was like, I think we were like 3 hours from home when you texted us. I was like,
Oh yeah. I thought you guys were still on vacation, honestly, but no.
No, we were in Italy for like 3 weeks, like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's why.
Really?
Chris is like, you went to fucking Italy?
I
I'm
know.
fancy.
Yes.
Fancy, bro.
They lead such a
Also,
horrible life. You wouldn't want to live like the phasers.
honestly,
Okay.
that trip was funny because so many things got canceled. We actually we were up money. We came home like because
Wow.
like a bunch of stuff.
Oh,
we
that's a
paid
score.
for books. Like it was like the flight was delayed, so we missed our Airbnb in Italy, and then I booked a private car because I'm fancy, and that got canceled because we didn't get there in time. And then we rented a yacht in Malta, and they had high seas that day, so
Ooh.
they canceled that on us too. And I also ordered like champagne and charcuterie because I'm fancy.
Mhm.
And they canceled all of that. So I was like, we're
You
up
guys
to
are so
$1,800
bougie.
already this trip. So I don't, let's go crazy.
Is Malta just right in the Mediterranean, or is it the other side on the Aegean?
Is a country right next to Sicily.
Okay.
And it's all rock.
It's awesome. We
Yeah,
we
I've heard
rented a
great things
boat.
about
Like,
it.
we rented like a 30-foot sailing yacht. It was just me, like us, the captain. We was just like gonna drink wine and eat meat and cheese and stuff in the ocean. And he said, "Yeah, we have 9-foot waves today. We shouldn't go out."
Yeah, we don't take our very
Has
spendy
anyone
boat out.
else
Right.
ever thought about doing that?
We are currently on track for like a 3-hour episode, so I think we got to move on.
Has
Sounds
anyone
good.
ever thought about saying, I'm going to rent a sailboat with my wife, with a captain, and go have cheeses? Anyone? Anyone?
And champagne.
And
I mean-
champagne. Anyone?
It sounds like something my wife would entertain.
Everybody's wife.
Have
would
you
love it.
thought about that?
Right.
Not your wife, but have you thought about
And
it?
I mean, I'm a good sport. I'm up for anything, so I'd be up for that too. That sounds amazing.
Have you ever
Hey,
thought
Pete,
of it? No.
I just let you
The
know
answer
you
is,
can't afford
I've
that.
never thought of
Probably
it.
not.
Not anymore.
No.
Your son
So-
is
so
hungry
you
and
always
Blame it on
requires
Liam.
clothes.
Blame it on Liam. Anyway,
You
we're
want to-
let's now we're gonna now give our show to our guests in our segment Ball in the Corner Pocket.
There it is.
I get to go first.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you guys
Gotta wait.
are the A block,
Yeah. 15 minutes. Go.
and we have
Here's
no
the
idea
funny-
what's going on, so it's all.
They
So
didn't tell
I-
us shit, so we're ready.
Yep.
I had this thought in my head. Well, they talked about this in the radio the other day in local Buffalo, and I can't stop thinking about it because it strikes me as being so stupid. It's definitely going to happen. So, do you think in our lifetimes, some random billionaire is going to be like, you know what? I want exclusive rights to that football game. I want to be the only person that gets to be able to watch it on TV. I'll give you $1 billion. Will the NFL do it? You see that happening because I totally can, and it makes me so angry.
Of course they would. All they love is the only thing they love more than football is money.
See, no, they
Imagine
can't do
if
that
the
because
Bills
they
play
had
the
they.
Patriots and you can't watch it because I don't know.
But-
Jeff
Well,
Bezos
I don't see that
fucking-
happening. I don't see that happening. The
Here's the
NFL would
rub-
lose out
here's
on
the
so
rub-
many like TV
here's-
rights.
Yeah, like the rub with that is that sure the billionaire pays for one game, but they're not in it for one game.
Guys, think about the money that you write your exclusive TV contract. You say $4 billion gets you 16 games, and they're like, I still want 16. I don't want 0.
I think it's
I want
more than
16.
4 billion though, isn't it?
Then
Like
you say that one game we're gonna sell to whoever we want.
So I would
What is
agree that a
the-
billionaire might want to sell out a stadium so that only he can watch it live.
that would be
TV
interesting.
is a different story, though.
So
Like,
yeah,
could you, what's $100 million to a guy that's got 100 billion? It's nothing.
So
I mean they have to
the-
recoup their losses from the Sunday ticket lawsuit. That wait, never
So
mind.
the
A judge threw
2020
that out. So
I
they're
knew
off the
Pete was
hook.
gonna. I knew Pete was gonna bring that up.
Pete, did you know that your friends Mark and John told you that was going to happen?
I wanted to hope.
Because
What
money makes
happens
the
when the
world
jury
go
finds them
round.
guilty? They are actually charged with,
No, see, here's the thing. That judge got a call from his governor friend who makes makes all his money from good old boys, and they all watch football, and they all told him to go tell you to fuck off, and so you fucked the right the fuck off. You just left.
so
You're like,
stupid.
well,
Football
what
would
happens.
still happen. It's just that, people that paid exorbitant amounts of money for NFL Sunday ticket would have gotten
You're not
some
gonna be able to watch
reimbursement.
it. You don't
So
watch
Tim,
the other games.
I think the amount of ego that it would take a very special person when you look at the cost.
Like your
what
boss.
is it? Something like $2.4 billion for a single game on Netflix.
yeah. In 2023, the
That's
NFL said they
That's a
made.
lot
What
of
does it
money.
matter?
I
They
could
made
see.
What does it
20
matter if you have $300 billion?
Yeah, the
Well, right.
NFL made $20 billion in 2023. That's what I just looked up.
That's profit.
Yes,
Yeah,
$20
okay,
million
yeah.
of profit. And it looks like league office an average of $404 million to each football franchise, over the season, right?
Okay.
So I don't necessarily know if we can say that the NFL would sell a whole season of games, right? But
one game, like Tim is saying, basically, like they would structure the TV rights such they leave one game open that's not part of the package.
What I think we should actually be worried about is, and there's evidence in literally almost every sport now, is some Saudi billionaires deciding, well, we like football, and they start their own football league and take half the players. And only televise.
Technically, Europe tried that.
I mean,
did they?
I think that is.
No, I agree. Like, I think that if you look at what the Live Tour already did with golf and the amount of money that they were able to play, they were able to bribe in to the point in which the PGA was able to grab Live Tour and they made them negotiate.
Yeah.
And all it takes is, all right, take Mahomes, take Josh Allen, take Aaron Rodgers, and you have 5 other guys, and that's it. The thing is over.
You need more than 5. You need more than 5 marquee names. Keep in mind, there's 53 guys on an NFL football team.
Right.
And Pat Mahomes is good, but do you see him playing with a bunch of just random people? Like,
I think
when you're paying him $70 million a year,
say you just took 32 players, like premier NFL athletes, and put them in another league, and paid them $500 million each to come play, you wouldn't watch. If your
it'd be interesting.
Was on this,
these are great hypotheticals. They would never happen though. Are you saying that the starting center is going to get paid $500 million?
Yeah, but like.
That's not going to happen. I don't care. I don't care how eccentric of a billionaire you are. That makes no sense at all.
Cristiano Ronaldo plays in the Saudi Pro League. Nobody else is in the Saudi Pro League. Cristiano Ronaldo plays there because they
absolutely right about
poured
that.
a whole bucket of money on top of him, like a big bucket.
How much is everyone else making on that team? Probably not as much as, probably not even a tenth of what Ronaldo
combined.
I think that they gave 32 premier players, let's just say, because that's the number.
Look what Messi did to the MLS.
Yeah.
Look what Messi did to the
brought
MLS.
Messi right into Miami. You can't get a ticket. It's $2,000 a ticket for fucking MLS down there.
And people crawl into the rafters, right?
If the Abu Dhabi camel smokers professional football team gave Tom Brady $500 million, you tell me you wouldn't watch, Mark?
No. Because in all seriousness, all right, even if Tom Brady did agree to that, who is he going to throw to? It's going to be a crap product. It's going to be a crap product.
Tom Brady.
The NFL is popular because not only are the best athletes or best football players in the world there, it's a quality product. Keep in mind now, you have the XFL and the USFL that recently merged. They had a bunch of really good athletes, but it's a crap product.
Yeah.
And who's watching it? Nobody.
Hey, I watched Tom Grady.
Tom
Grady
that's a read.
They don't pay them though. The UFL and the XFL, they don't pay their athletes. You got Saudi billionaires.
It's still a crap product though.
You'd have to get
that would not work out.
No.
That would not work. You have to think it from a business perspective. And
JJ Jefferson and Puka Nacua. They're watching just to see what happens. People watch Live. They're making millions of dollars off this because people want to see what happens.
That's an individual sport though, and football is a team sport. So you need a hell of a lot more than 32 people in order to make a league.
It would take a critical mass of players, I think. But
with $500 million each,
I mean,
would go.
Right.
You're not paying the starting center $500 million.
Well, no, but
that's the thing, Mark. That's the thing. Do you guys watch what's the show on Netflix where but they talk to the players and this guy's like, I'm the 400th ranked PGA player and they gave me $15 million a year to go play and live.
Wow.
That guy's made $15 million in his career.
Right.
And he signed a 5-year contract for $75 million. Like,
again, there's 50 players on the Live Tour. There's 53 people on a single NFL team.
When money's fake, what does it matter?
Well, I guess it would have to be a much yes.
What's the critical mass?
Yeah.
Right.
What's the critical mass that would turn that piece, right?
Yeah.
So
that's what it would just have to be a much larger scale than the Live.
Also, the Live Tour is not a sustainable business model either.
Oh,
okay,
God,
let's
it's not.
It's an awful business model. I agree.
No, but it was in a position where the PGA had to come and negotiate.
When countries are literally printing their own money, like they are in that part of the world, it doesn't matter. Like money is fake. can pay them whatever you want.
They're not the only ones pregnant.
And it's like
That's
women.
What's a different topic?
Yeah, I know. To have more money than God.
You don't pay for anything. It doesn't matter. Have you seen Dubai? They build islands out of nothing in the shapes of nothing.
That's true. That's true. It's
Because
100% lavishness.
Yes.
Shapes of a palm tree.
Okay, so we were talking
Right.
about Tim being fancy in the green room. Talking about fancy shit. Have you been to Dubai yet? When are you going?
Yeah. When are you and Lisa going?
Ultimate
Really?
fancy.
Never.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because
That's,
my wife is not an
that's
object.
mega bouge. That's mega bouge.
No.
Oh,
My
because
wife is not
right.
an object.
Yeah.
My wife is
No,
not
that
less
tracks.
than.
No, that totally tracks. That
Mhm.
totry tracks.
Lisa Feyes was
Is
the
a
breadwinner
queen.
in this house for a long
Yes.
time.
Mm.
And now that she's got her sugar daddy, raise the roof over here. Like we would never go to a place like that because
Honestly,
women
Lisa,
aren't
I
valued.
totally forgot
No,
that
that's fair.
Dubai sucks and is run by terrible people. So I apologize.
It's a
I
weird-
retract that statement.
Nice.
That
So
you can't-
what is still on the list, Tim, that you and Lisa need to go to, like
Really?
that you haven't been to yet?
I mean, I can tell you what's booked if you really want to know.
Hell yeah, we do.
Sure. Let's get the
The people
preview.
want to know, Tim.
All right, full disclosure, please don't judge me. I don't have kids.
It's fine.
So Thanksgiving 2024, we're going to Charleston for like a fancy in the French Quarter.
Favorite city.
Have,
Charleston
fun
before. I love
dinners
Charleston.
Is she gonna wear a big hat?
every day.
Every
Um,
fucking
very
day.
happy.
Different big hats every day.
but
We
I
need-
told
we
her
need a
the
big
only
hat
way I'd
picture
go to
every day.
Charleston, I said I would go to Charleston if we get to
Yes.
run the turkey trot, and they have one there. They have a turkey trot in Charleston, so we're
Ooh.
gonna go run that.
What distance?
Awesome.
5K?
It's only a 5K, but I have
Okay.
a shirt that says it has a turkey on it, and it says I like it moist.
I could run it.
So I think it's like my
Hey.
favorite.
Fantastic.
Hey.
For Christmas, we're going to St. Martin. That's an island in the
great.
Caribbean.
Yep.
Hanging out with I have a friend down there. His name is Franck. He's a French surfing instructor. That's a real job down there.
Well, yeah.
And
That makes me think of the
Do you
movie
know
Alone
us-
Came Polly. Do you know
I was
scuba?
gonna say
Yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah, Noah's scuba.
You want to go
instructor.
scuba?
not only does he look like that, my
Do you
wife's
want some scuba?
infatuated with him. No, just kidding. Just
Ooh.
kidding, Lisa.
Huh.
No.
I thought that
He's-
was for
he's a
getting Sarah
wonderful
Marshall.
person.
I'm mixing up my
No,
my
it was a
movie,
long
my
game
chick
on.
flick.
You
You did
did
it. This is the
Okay.
second episode that you've done that, Pete.
I know.
So his wife's like 8 months pregnant, so they're about to have a baby. But I called him and I said, "Hey, we're gonna be in St. Martin for Christmas." He said, "Oh." He's like, "Do you want to go out on the boat?" He's like, he works for this charter company now on the side. He's like, "Book this boat. We'll go out. We'll just go out, the three of us." And I said, "Yeah." So we're gonna go French. So we're gonna go boating with Franck, our French friend. And then in Easter of 2025, we're doing a cruise out of Los Angeles. So we're gonna spend a couple days in Santa Monica, doing a little the beach, the Cali life. Lisa has some friends out there. We're gonna hopefully go see, and then we're doing a cruise down to like San Janeo, which is a reference to
Shawshank.
Shawshank. Thank you.
Oh.
So we do a bunch of stops on that west coast of Mexico, and then summer 2025. Feyes turns 40.
Ooh,
Wow.
It's a big one.
So for Lisa's 40th, to know what it's like in the Bougie life, we're flying first class to the south of France, and we're going to spend 3 days in like Nice, that area, and then we're going to do a 10-day river cruise.
It's pretty
up
nice.
The,
Sorry.
is it the Seine, Sun? One of those rivers.
Was it the same one where all the poo water was?
The Sen.
Yeah.
The Sen. Oh, the Sen has been a hot topic on our show.
It's the Rhine. Rhine. I don't know. It's a river in
The
France.
Rhine
that
is a
goes
big
from-
river that goes through a lot of
goes
Europe.
from,
So
Lyon to Avignon,
Mhm.
and we I might have booked the owner's suite on this boat because I just wanted to feel fancy for the week. We have like a butler that's gonna wait on us hand and foot for 10 days, which is kinda cool,
Damn.
so I'm looking forward to that.
well, that's cool.
Thanksgiving 2025, we're going to Key West.
Hell yeah.
We got a nice bougie resort down there, beachfront. I kind of like traveling at holidays because I like to avoid family. Sorry, Mom, if you're watching.
It's
Sorry,
cheaper
Mom.
too. It's cheaper to fly in the holidays.
Not the way we travel. Honestly, traveling on holidays, no, it is way more expensive. On the actual day, maybe.
Oh, that's what you. That's what I thought you meant.
No,
One of
we
the best flights I ever had was flying the red eye from San Diego back to Boston, and it was like nobody on that plane, and I could actually lay out in the entire row and sleep. It was great.
Oh wow.
This kind of sucks. Like when so Lisa being a teacher, having to travel at like vacation times, everything's like 40%.
Oh yeah. That's true.
Sorry.
That's true.
So Key West, and then summer 2025, go back to our place in St. Thomas because we've been away for like 2 years now. And then
Oh, the
spring-
shame.
I know. Spring of 2026, we're
We're
going.
getting into St. Martin.
Well, it's not.
So,
well,
it's not the same.
Our condo in St.
Different.
Martin's-
That's different, Chris. It's
I
different.
missed it already. So spring of 2025 or spring of 2026, we're going to Napa Valley, doing some Lisa's looking some bougie resorts up and do some like a 4-day like wine thing for spring.
This
That
is
was
24 months
fucking
in advance.
great.
I know. And then in summer 2026, we're going to Scotland. That's where that's how far out we're booked. We're doing like a Scotland, like we like tours with 80-year-olds. It's kind of fun.
Are you gonna kiss the Blarney
No.
Stone?
That's in Ireland.
It's
And-
definitely in Ireland.
Yes.
But I did kiss the Blarney Stone.
Rock and roll. Are
In
you gonna drink
November,
whiskey?
I'm going to go see Tim in Indiana.
Oh, we're going to the Colts game.
And then in
Nice.
December,
Nice.
I'm going to go see my family in Canada. And that's
All right.
all I have to know forever.
Over under. Will you see Joe Flacco or Anthony Richardson?
Ooh.
Anthony Richardson.
Ooh, Flacco. And
That's what I thought too.
I'm also going to Denver tomorrow to go to an OAR concert.
I watched
Nice.
a press conference with
Red
Flacco
Rocks.
yesterday where he just
Oh,
like,
that's a beautiful
there's a lot of
venue.
young kids on this team. They're like, how long have you been in the league? He's like, I don't know, I forgot.
Like, is Flacco just like a country bumpkin now?
He
Yeah.
is. He looked like a country bumpkin. It was the weirdest thing.
That's pretty
Joe
funny.
Flacco last year, who was sitting on the floor with his kids, got a call from the Browns, like, hey, Joe, do you want to play football? Deshaun's a scumbag. And he comes, he wins
wonderful.
He played really
fucking
well, yeah.
games. He played great.
He was
39
awesome.
years old. Oh my God, Joe
You gotta be
Flacco.
careful. You got to be careful with the choice of words when you say Deshaun Watson and Joe
Yeah.
Flacco, what he did there. So you got to be careful.
I mean, I called him a
Like,
scumbag. He's a scumbag.
I will say though, so
So
for
I'm
like,
saying you said, and then Joe Flacco comes to see Deshaun
Oh,
Watson.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
hey, I'm like, all right.
And I think that might be.
so in Indy, so in Indy we're doing this. We go to Saturday night, and then there's a Bills takeover tailgate at a bar where they
Oh,
go
you
like
seen
all the
Bills
Bills
Colts
fans.
in Indy?
Yeah, so we're going to
Oh,
Indy.
nice.
Yeah, you are. Tim,
And then we
I
go
love
do
your
it's
life,
like-
Tim.
It's like a bar.
Straight up.
It's like a bar. It's all Bills Mafia. We'll take over the bar, so we'll go there. And then Sunday, because my friend has just told me, just pay for everything and I'll pay you back. And I said, cool. So I booked like a bougie tailgate in the morning. So it's $100. All you can eat, all you can drink, only top shelf. And it's transportation from your hotel to the venue, from the venue to the game. It's caps out
So
at
cheap.
400
That's not bad,
total.
yeah.
Guarantee they're losing money.
Yeah,
I will
so
guarantee.
he goes, "Do you want a tailgate or do you want?" I'm like, "No, I already booked in a party. It's okay." We did.
You can have
Detroit-
top shelf liquor?
Yeah, top shelf, top shelf.
Wow.
Got to make sure I make the game. That's
Yeah.
the issue.
Yeah, so it's
Right.
4 hours. It's
I mean-
4 hours.
I mean, Chris, at that point, doesn't matter.
Dude, that happened to me in Detroit. I went to Detroit. I flew into Detroit, saw Tigers play, Red Wings, Tigers again, Wolverines. Was supposed to be the Lions. Never made it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
Made
What,
the
you
free
made it
party.
to the
I was the
Wolverines
king of the
game.
party and I had to go home.
U of M.
I blame the people that went with you. They should have dragged your drunk ass there.
Yeah, right.
That is true.
And I just dragged me like, oh, like hands, like Bernie weekend at Bernie's. Like,
Yes.
Like we get at Birdies, absolutely.
Yes.
Haven't we all, Bernie the
Chris.
friend? Let's just.
oh, look at him, he's having a good time. Oh, everybody,
You'll thank me later.
I'm alive.
I'm
All
a
right.
real boy.
We are
All right.
at time, gentlemen.
So
That
with
was
Weekend at
completely
Bernie's-
random and wonderful.
Did we? All right. So, how many more topics did you actually want to discuss? Because we took that whole A block just from billionaire.
Well, we started Billionaire and we just kind of went on
And
a
we just-
journey.
Tim is fancy.
Tim,
Yeah.
Tim is bougie.
No, we-
Bougie balls. Oh yeah, bougie balls. That's what this episode is going to be
Yes.
Bougie
called.
balls.
Bougie balls.
Bougie
I love
balls.
Naming it right now.
Listen,
We.
I'm not bougie. I just married up. Okay, I married up.
Ah.
You
Hey,
all
no
know
one's knocking
Lisa.
you for that.
You
I
understand.
mean-
No one's- yeah, Lisa's great. We love you, Lisa.
it. Yes.
That is.
Anyway,
Thanks for being our
Tim,
biggest
that is
fan, too.
Tim, that is very true, by the way.
We would like to thank one of this week's fake sponsors, Dynamic Dribbler Soccer Balls.
Whoa.
Improve your footwork with Dynamic Dribbler Soccer Balls, designed for precision and control to take your skills to the next level. Dynamic Dribbler, control the game.
And
That's
what
a
a
bad one, Mark. Dynamic dribbler. Kidding me.
I know, the Dynamic Dribbler. Anyway, all right, are you ready to kick off the shindig?
let's do
Hell
it.
Got a
Yeah.
penicillin commercial right after.
You fucking problem with your dribbling, sir?
Side effects may
balls.
include dribbling.
All right, I got a bunch of new songs. Ready?
Yes.
I'm so
Keep
ready.
this on a mute button just in case.
Hear the first topic. I want to feel the heat of the first topic. Yeah, I want to hear the first topic. The first topic for who loves me.
We love you.
I got a bunch of 80 songs here. All right.
Nice.
So anyway, the Summer Games in Paris have come and gone, and there were many memorable moments, including Simone Biles winning more gold, Sha'Carri Richardson epic stare down at the 4x100
That was amazing.
100-meter relay race, and overriding the memory of her positive marijuana test from the Tokyo Games, and the Turkish man who looked like everyone's uncle taking silver in the sharpshooter competition.
Oh, that was
Now, there
only
was some-
by design, by the way. They
were
wanted him to
some-
not be too
Also being
good.
an assassin.
Yes.
There were some unfortunate events, also including Jordan Childs getting stripped of her bronze medal, the high levels of bacteria in the Seine, as we mentioned before, and the hashtag sorry not sorry moment for a particular pole vaulter. So everyone, what Olympic events and or moments were our favorite from this past games, and maybe what are some of our favorite Olympic memories from years past?
Ooh. I mean, Cole Hawker coming out of nowhere to take the 1,500-meter gold. That was
Yes,
amazing.
that was a good
Nobody
moment.
expected that.
Pete, I think the Noah Lyles win was probably
I mean, that was the highest profile. Like, that was amazing. But I wanted to say one that maybe not everybody would have said.
The Noah Lyles
Did you
win
hear
was
it?
incredible.
Did you hear that he tested positive for COVID?
Well, that's why he
After the game.
that's why he only got bronze in the 200, because, you know, an asthmatic with COVID can still somehow run like sub 20-second 200-meter dash.
Oh, so side
And
note,
it's-
and I meant to say it before.
What's it?
I forgot. Never mind. Never
Oh,
mind.
John.
Cut it out.
In the last Olympics in Tokyo, we
Yeah.
were watching some race. I don't remember what it was, but like we were rooting for underprivileged countries,
hmm
and there's some. And apologies for not knowing the facts here. So fact check this, but
It's okay.
there's some guy. It was like the one guy from a country in Africa, and he was running it was like a 10-mile race or something like that, and he was like the 16th ranked runner, and he won the entire thing.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
we were screaming our heads off, like rooting for this guy. Like that was like my favorite moment, because you have all these people that have trained their entire lives. Their parents have spent millions of dollars to make them great at sports, and here's this guy who's just doing whatever from a place that doesn't have treadmills, and he goes and wins a race. It's amazing. I just think it's the coolest. Those types of stories are amazing.
I think
Those are great, the ones that
that
stick with you too, like that, yeah.
So first, to recover myself, Tyreek Hill said he could beat Noah Lyles in a foot race today.
Oh,
I
That's
would want to
total
see that.
bullshit.
I would want to see that.
Nope.
I thought
Nope.
that was hilarious.
Nope.
Because Noah Lyles was talking shit, so Tyreek Hill's like, yeah, I could beat him. Yeah,
No.
totally.
That's
I'm a
not going to
racer.
end well for
Well,
Tyreek Hill.
Super fast are two different things.
Yeah.
Right.
We got
right,
no breakaway
right.
speed.
Right.
Right. But that being said, my two favorite Olympic moments, and I said this last week, was the U.S. women's rugby team winning. That was incredible. And Ilona Maher is a treasure. Truly.
Beast.
Mm.
A total beast, right? She's just like picking up ladies and throwing them.
Hmm.
But also, Steph Curry scoring 15 and, a minute.
Men's basketball.
What was his tagline at the end of that game? Didn't he say like good night or something?
No, he did that. He did the thing.
Yeah, okay.
The shot over the 8-foot tall French guy, where he's like,
Yeah, he
Like,
shot him
really-
with Wemby in his face.
Yeah.
Like the wind puppet and like flopping around.
So I didn't
I can show you.
the wacky wild and
And what's her
Every
face?
time I drive by a car show, I'm like, is that Wembanyama? I'm like,
Wacky waving inflatable arm fling 2-man. Wacky waving inflatable
Yes.
arm fling 2-man.
Victor Wacky Wave. How do you pronounce when my Wacky Wave?
Yes.
Pete, is it still coming? Is it still clear? I have it.
You're a little lower
You sound
than
amazing,
you
Tim.
were.
Thank you.
Well, don't blow into the microphone. Don't blow the microphone, Tim.
I will tell you.
Oh, hey now. This is a children's program.
Oh, sorry.
I serenaded Feyes
I checked
with,
the "It's not for children" button.
I know, right? So I serenaded Feyes with "She's a Lady" by Tom Jones.
Mm.
She did not know that I was going to sing it, or that I knew that song, or who Tom Jones was, and she could not stop laughing the entire time because I don't sing that song as much as I play Tom Jones as a character and
Interesting.
sing the song in his voice.
Distinct voice.
Whoa, whoa.
How did we get here? How did we go from talking about the Olympics to Tom Jones?
Okay, so. Oh no!
Oh no!
What
Tim's
happened?
dead.
We lost him.
We lost
All right.
Tom Jones. Anyway, one of my favorite Olympic moments actually happened after the fact.
Oh my god! You guys are.
One of my favorite Olympic moments was one that happened after the fact. So
Okay.
you guys hear of the gymnast Carlos Yulo from the Philippines?
No.
You guys.
And a bunch of store vouchers.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
We missed that, Mark. Back up to the gymnast in the
Carlos
Philippines.
Yu and a bunch of store vouchers.
So Carlos Yulo, he's
Okay.
a gymnast from the Philippines. He got 2 medals in gymnastics. And because of this, the entire country paid for a brand new condo and a bunch of store vouchers for him. It was great.
That's cool.
He's being treated like a celebrity over there.
Nice.
that was
Have you
they
seen
were
that?
going
Dude,
over
did
the
you see what he
prizes
did
that.
though? Like, he was no joke. Like 2 golds is a.
Oh, I mean that's huge.
The
Yeah.
Philippines
Philippines
gives out.
pays more money per gold than the United
Yeah.
States.
Didn't,
Yeah, it
didn't
does.
some medalists get their medal taken away from them from some American bullshit? But
So
Philippines
Jordan
still like,
Childs, yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I mentioned.
we're gonna give
That's
you
what
your
I mentioned in the
money, we're gonna
intro.
award you still.
Technically,
It's,
Suni Lee had the better performance, but she didn't protest in the right amount of time. So technically, the medal should.
It's Jordan Childs. Jordan Childs, not Suni Lee.
Jordan Childs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I thought it went to Suni Lee after that.
No, it
No,
went
it
to
went
some
to-
Romanian.
Oh, okay. Never
girl.
mind.
Syrian or Romanian?
It was Romanian. It was definitely Romanian.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
so they essentially, yeah, the Romanian got the bronze,
Mhm.
and then the U.S. appealed, of which they granted the appeal. So Jordan Childs got the bronze.
That's what it
And then
was.
Romania was like, no, they didn't appeal in time because apparently you only get to up to a minute up until the score is
there's
announced.
a window.
My favorite
And
part is like, there's a. Why does it matter how long if you look?
Yeah,
at it,
seriously.
if you made
Seriously.
an error, correct
Right.
the error.
If you're right, you're right.
Well,
It's all about the intent of the
yeah,
the-
well, especially when it comes
Mhm.
down to the finality of its actual scoring. If it's like a NFL game and they're like, "Well, that was 2 weeks ago. That was pass interference." Like, no, you're fucking shot. But
Well, yeah.
when it comes down to like when you're saying, "Hey, this is due for a gold or bronze medal,"
Until they're on the podium,
it's
I think you
3
have
minutes.
you
Why
have
is
time
it
to
a minute?
contest it. Yeah.
Is anyone upset about winning an Olympic medal at the end of the day? No matter what color. Like no matter what, you're happy, right?
That's the thing. That's the thing.
I would
this
think
this
so,
was
like-
between winning a medal and not winning a
Right.
medal.
This is the top 3 in the world at that one event at
Can
that
we-
particular time. That's a big
Can
deal.
we use that prompt to talk about super nerd, possibly Clark Kent, Steven Nedorosek, who won a gold medal for just doing a pommel horse and taking his
Oh, that
glasses
was
off?
so funny.
That was awesome.
That was
Yeah.
amazing. This guy who like literally
You just
like, hey everybody, I like the Rubik's Cube and pommel horse.
Yep. And then he's like, dun 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 dun, dun and goes all freaking Superman in the pommel horse. That was amazing.
I did like, John, that you made your voice higher instead of using your normal voice and then using a deeper voice.
Yeah.
Superman.
That's always how it goes. And hi,
Put
hello, I'm
yourself
Clark
in the
Kent.
Superman
No, I'm
role.
Superman.
True. Clark
No,
Kent didn't
I'm
have it like a
Superman.
high voice. Yeah.
No. But Steven Nedorosek definitely does, because that man plays D&D.
Right, you have the
D&D.
Romanian, you have the Turkish guy for the shooter,
Yep.
you have the
Mhm.
pommel horse. Like you can start stacking them up where they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
well, wow."
I
who
mean,
knew
does
that this
the
random
guy
dude
with
had
the
his-"
giant package win?
Yeah. Oh no!
Right,
Wait,
If he wins something, he's gonna win something.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Guys, I don't know how to
Well,
break
not-
it. He wins the game after the game.
In some respect, he's already won.
as long as they're not on those Olympic Village beds, because those things would be useless for the
I don't think he
after
cares.
party
I
activities.
just don't know that I mean, I don't know how to say this any other way, but I doubt any of the U.S. gymnastics have ever played D&D. I think they're into something else.
Maybe.
I'm just guessing they're
mean,
not into D&D.
It was just like
At least not more
have
than
we
this
seen-
guy. That's for sure.
Have we
I'm not
seen
thinking. I'm
Steven
getting what you're saying.
Have we seen Steven Nedorosek?
I mean, I think I do.
I have.
Definitely.
And that's why I don't think he plays D&D.
He definitely does.
All right,
I
we
know
have
that
to
guy.
move on.
Okay.
We have to move on.
All right. Next topic.
All right.
No, we were just kind of at time. Listen. It's a phaser episode. We're gonna just do what we do, man.
Can we just say I loved this Olympics though? I thought it was awesome.
Indeed.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
We needed more
All right,
breakdancing sooner though.
Just hold up.
Oh, guess what we're about to talk about?
Ooh, segue into the next topic. Go,
Hey,
Mark.
I have one.
Oh,
I give
Do
you
it.
one.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
Do
Go
it.
ahead.
oh.
Wait, I say, oh yeah, okay. Well, the next topic out of a DeLorean.
That was good.
Tim, I just love when you're here, man. I really do.
That's
All right,
that's the
and
energy right there.
As mentioned last Friday, at the tail of this year's epic Olympics, we witnessed something for the ages: Olympic breakdancing, as Mark likes to say, for the kids. So
For the kids.
the story of the breakdancing competition was not the gold medalists on either side, but rather 36-year-old Australian Rachel Gunn, or Ray Gunn. So Ray Gunn isn't only a professional dancer, but she has a doctorate in media, music, communications, and cultural studies, with her focus being on of her research being on the cultural politics of breakdancing. And also, I just learned today, married to the coach of the Australian team. So with a combined 3-round score of 0, Ray Gunn didn't impress the judges with moves like the sprinkler or the folding chair, or her
She should
nimble
have got more
rolling
than
around,
0.
or her nimble rolling on the ground like she was stuck under a blanket on a hot night. So, with the similarities to Michael Scott's dancing in this performance, I can't help but think this was the plan all along. Do we think Ray Gunn can really dance, or was she using the opportunity to highlight the persona of Doctor of Breakdancing, or maybe it was something else?
Two things I'm a little bit concerned about here. A, there's an opportunity where somebody actually can get a degree in this shit.
It's so fucked up.
There is
That is a true fact.
a degree is the worst thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. It actually doesn't provide.
Well, like chemical engineering's a big deal.
Yeah, but there's zero added value here. I don't understand where the added value to that type of degree.
PhD in the field too. Like, what do you do your doctorate on, or like your dissertation on? I mean,
I don't know. That's the part they make a dissertation about bullshit.
Interpretive dance.
Yeah, and the second part is my only Australian friend on the planet looked at me and goes, "Oh, Robins, you know what she was doing? She was taking a piss." I'm like, I don't even know what that means. He's like, that was on purpose. She went out there just to do the worst thing she could, just because it was a complete joke.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, wow.
You don't,
100% a complete joke.
do the
Two things.
T-Rex.
The degree was a joke. Then she made it even worse by doing that was a joke. Complete joke.
Can I say wait for 1 second on Australians?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So we're working.
Wait,
with,
we're going.
I'm sorry.
We're going on Australians
I
here.
warned him this. It gets off topic and it hurts. I work for a major bank and we're doing a lot with AI. It's public. It's okay. And the firm we're working with is from Australia.
Right.
So I get to hang out with these Australians
Right.
all the fucking time.
Mm.
And they're amazing. They're so fun. They all sound like Crocodile Dundee. And
Right.
it's just like, it's the best thing in the world.
Crikey.
But they introduced me to this concept called a shout. Have you guys ever heard of a shout?
Tell us.
please demonstrate what a
Cheers
shout
with
is.
cheers?
No, but they do love that. Wait, we can't do that because of the rights.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you can
So-
do it for like 10 seconds.
We get 3 seconds.
You were within margin of error there. You're good.
So in Australia, they have this thing called the shout. So whenever someone's new to a thing,
Hmm?
you go out to the pub afterwards. Oh, I'm gonna slip into sorry. So Rob,
It's
if you
okay.
ever hear this, slipping into your persona. So you take your friends out to the pub, and then it's a new.
Your
bar,
Australian
and
friends, by the way, sound British.
So
They-
British.
they're very proper. I'm telling you.
Proper
If you heard
Aussies,
me, you'd be like,
wow.
"That's spot on, Rob." I
Interesting.
can do, my other friend
I'm
goes,
going to
"Oh,
assume that your accent is spot on, so keep going.
Yes,
So I'm gonna
continue.
do Rob. So Rob's like, so you go to the bar, and then you take this new person, and the first person, one of your friends, buys a round, and then that guy in Australia is very cultural that if someone buys you a round, you have to buy a drink back. You have to buy your own round. Everyone's like, oh, this is wonderful. We'll buy my own round. But the trick is, you never let that person buy the round. So your friend buys the round, and then before they can order, you buy the next round. And then before they can order, the other guy buys the next round. And then after like 9 rounds, he's just fucking pissed. And he's just like, I want to just buy my round so I can go home. And it's called getting stuck in a shout. They've tried to do this to me so many fucking times in downtown Buffalo, where it's like, oh, and Mike, you want to meet us up at our conference room FBC? I was like, office room FBC. Where is that? It's like, it's Fatty Beer Company. It's next door. Come on, have a pint. And then that ends at like midnight.
Oh no.
Every time they do.
These Australians are in Buffalo with you, as opposed
But
to
Tim,
like
you're local, like
doing conference calls like an opposite ends of the world.
No, they're here. They've been here for
Wow.
like 6 months.
Oh,
Now
no.
listen.
I was gonna say you need to make an agreement with the bartender ahead of time.
For the new season to come out, like, dude, I've made Bills fans like all these guys, like all their kids like Bills now. Like,
Awesome.
We're infectious.
Segues aside, and that is an excellent segue. Can we talk about the collusion? A, with this woman being married to the coach. B, with her doing moves like the sprinkler. Obviously not real. Obviously not real. So
I use that all the time.
all the time, but we're so white, and I'm not a break dancer. My God.
That makes it real, though, John.
But
John.
I didn't say you. I said me and Chris and Tim and Pete.
We're all
I
white.
didn't say you this time.
yeah,
Sorry, Mark.
I didn't say it this time. God damn it. God damn it. But
You guys, you know, you
listen,
people.
Mark, you love karaoke. You sell real estate. You're a businessman. You're an honorary white guy. I mean, it's like
exactly.
What's the
But that's
karaoke
not
got
what
to
I
do with
said
being
this
white?
I don't
time.
know.
I fucked up twice already. I'm not going to fuck up a
Asian
third
thing
time.
we have.
Yeah, get that guy. Somebody give him a sword so he can just like.
Among the Asian cultural
Not
things that
you.
white people love, karaoke is way higher than sushi.
Way higher. So
But
high.
the Japanese love karaoke too. Come on,
Well,
let's
that-
be
that-
They do.
That's
They do.
That is true. They definitely-
Japanese love karaoke. They invented it, but we
Right.
have stolen. It is
We did
ours.
still, like, we steal
Who
everything.
else is gonna sing "Sweet Caroline" on a Tuesday? Come on, Karen.
Probably somebody in Tokyo, actually.
Yeah, that's probably true.
But
What are we talking about?
Okay, we
I
haven't
don't know.
answered the fucking question. Do
All
you
right.
think that was real? Do you think she was trying?
no,
With
she
8
was not.
seconds left.
No, she wasn't trying.
She was trying. I actually think she was.
You think so?
I think she was trying to be famous.
Okay, but are there any other
I think
videos
she
of
was
her
trying
out
to-
there
And
like?
I also think
I
she
also
was
agree.
trying
Yeah.
to-
Okay.
So two things can be true, right? She was trying to be famous, but I think she was really trying to break dance, and she was just trying to think of all the moves that she knew, and
Is there
the
any?
sprinkler just happened to be one of them.
Is there any video out there of her doing like an actual breakdance routine though? Like, can she actually dance and she just didn't put it on display?
So
There's an hour of footage. It was on NBC last week.
no.
That's her
I'm
break-
saying not at the Olympics, like
no,
previous.
But, okay, so they.
Well, she
didn't
had to
just-
qualify, right?
Listen, they didn't
Right.
just pick her randomly out of a crowd. They had qualifying rounds.
Yeah.
She did breakdance against other people.
I was gonna say, like, how did she get there in the
Spoiler
first
alert,
place?
She's ahead of the Australian
She
Olympic
still
Committee.
sucks. Still
Who got
sucks.
second? Who got second place?
No one
That's what I
knows.
want to know.
Actually,
I don't know who got
I
second.
wanna actually say
No,
I
she
think
got
I heard that.
zero.
Could be wrong. I could be
Person
wrong.
that
She may have been the only one in the qualifying round. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
about
no,
that.
she was the only person in the qualifiers for Olympic breakdance or Australian breakdance.
So from
Fact check that.
Wow.
I think that's
I'm
real.
just being like, there's got to be somebody who got second place
No,
in the Australian qualifiers.
they don't breakdance down there. It's upside down. They would always fall.
Yeah. From the other side of the fire.
All right,
They're, like here's
I'm calling it.
I don't think we can continue from there.
I'm calling it. Upside
That makes me
down, she would fall.
Things
That's
come
it.
to me. I just say them.
It's okay. It was good.
It was so good.
I'm glad you
Cheers.
brought that up. I know we want to finish, but it made me think like
What,
you
the reverse
recruiting all of
gravity in
these-
Australia?
Yeah, you're thinking you're recruiting all of these Aussies to be Bills fans. So does that mean they have to like crash through a table like upside down or something like
Hell
that?
yeah,
When
of course
Yeah, they have to
jump
jump.
through it.
They have to jump and headbutt the table instead.
So last thing before we go to the next topic, it's fun because they watch Bills games at like 2 a.m.
Oh god,
yeah,
And
it's so early.
That's like watching
we're
West
all on
Coast-
WhatsApp.
that's like watching
we
West
get-
Coast hockey games.
Yeah, so we'll like live stream them to the Bills games and we'll text them on WhatsApp because they're up. They stay up now. Even the one dude's 14-year-old stays up for the Bills games. They're obsessed.
That is
now.
batshit
So
crazy.
They're gonna be at the Tennessee game here in October, and he's like, "Are you gonna go?" I said, "I will come and tailgate with you and watch you do shots out of a bowling ball or out of some girl's butthole," which happens here a lot.
That's a
So,
thing
yeah,
at the Bills
we're gonna
tailgate now.
Is that?
But that would have to be like 120 proof, and I still would not want to do it.
Yeah, it's every week, Pete. If you want to try it, just go to a Bills game. You can do shots out of a
Yeah.
girl's butthole.
I think I might pass on
Welcome
that
to
one.
Bills Mafia, everybody. This is what
Wow.
was you.
We need to move on.
I think you're just not young enough anymore.
Yeah.
Whatever keeps
Yeah.
you happy.
Yeah,
Right.
because we definitely did shots at a girl's buttholes in our 20s.
All the time.
Happy wife is a happy life.
The
guys.
oldest, weirdest people are the ones that are doing it.
I did do a shot out of my now wife's belly button when she turned 21.
Belly button is not a butthole.
No,
Yeah,
much
belly button hole.
more sanitary.
All right, we gotta move on.
All right, next topic.
Tim, you got another next topic?
I had one. What did I tell you earlier? Come with me if you want the next topic.
There you go.
Success.
I think we've probably done it before, but
It's fine.
It's okay.
There was one time I literally just looked up like Terminator 2 quotes and just did every next topic that I could think of based on
That's
those.
because you and your brother shamed him for doing a bad thing.
All right, now we are in the midst of the NFL preseason, but there are some teams that are still dealing with contract issues with their superstar players. These include, but are not limited to, CeeDee Lamb of the Dallas Cowboys, Brandon Ayuk and Trent Williams of the San Francisco 49ers, Hassan Reddick of the New York Jets, and Jamar Chase of the Cincinnati Bengals, who, believe it or not, actually has 2 years left, so we don't really know why he's holding out. Now we've seen some positive outcomes from players' perspective, including Tua Tagovailoa and Jordan Love getting their papers. And but we've also seen some other deals that unfortunately have not turned out so well for the players, like unfortunately Matthew Judon very recently gotten traded to the Falcons. Very upset about that. Now,
That's rough.
You don't
While
get to
these
have your
holdouts-
players anymore, Mark. Sorry.
While these holdouts usually work in the favor of the players, these lingering holdouts seem to feel a little bit different than in years past. So, everyone, what do we expect to happen with all of these remaining NFL holdouts?
I mean, I think that the Cowboys have to pay CD because
Yeah, that's going to happen.
Have to, but keep in mind they also have to pay Dak and they also have to pay Micah Parsons.
They'll make it
they
work.
have to pay CD. CD is literally the wide receiver 2 last year next to Tyreek, and their offense stalls without CD. And the only question that I have is that Jerry Jones might be a racist. And if Jerry Jones is a racist, because he said last week he was not really concerned about the CD holdout, and then
that's not another. Listen, all right. With regards to Texans being racist, I will actually say Jerry Jones has some good, solid proof that he hasn't been a racist. This is just the way that he negotiates contracts. Like, regardless of how of what race you are.
So you're just playing like contract chicken or what?
Essentially, that's what Jerry Jones does.
I mean, is
it smart? No, it's not really very smart.
Right.
Go ahead, Tim. Mr. Feyes has the floor.
Is CeeDee Lamb good?
Yes.
Very good. Very good at football.
But is he good? Like, what has he actually done? Dallas is terrible.
I don't think it's his fault, though.
Terrible.
He's been like,
but he almost got 120 catches last year. Or something.
He had a huge year
number
last
one in
year.
catches and number 2 in touchdowns.
Being a great receiver on a terrible team means absolutely dick. Is CeeDee Lamb make his team better?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Dallas wasn't
Tim,
terrible. That is completely incorrect.
Here's the problem, though.
Not good.
Right, but
They are
When
good.
was the last time
They were
Dallas
good.
passed the first round?
The only reason they didn't make it, the only reason that they didn't win the league is because they were also in the league with the Eagles, who won the first 10 games and then fell apart. I mean,
Guys, I'm telling you.
And Mike McCarthy's a terrible coach.
And
CeeDee Lamb is not good. Dallas is not good. Like this, like no one should.
We're not. That's got nothing to do with.
I fully agree that Dallas is not good.
CeeDee Lamb's contract.
Side note. I mean, I might die on this hill, Tim. I think you're wrong. I think
you're wrong.
Dallas is good.
You're wrong.
He's not good. No.
Wow.
So there's the conversation.
He literally was one of the reasons I got into the fantasy Super Bowl in my dynasty team.
I agree with you that he doesn't have the quarterback to throw him the ball. Like the problem is it's such a quarterback heavy league.
He doesn't make a difference on the team. No matter how good he is, he doesn't make the Cowboys better.
So then
I'd argue they'd be a 500 team without him.
With that.
I think
the goal is to
wrong.
make the first round of the playoffs and lose. Then he's doing a great job.
But is that all on him though?
It's a team sport. Like they lost in the playoffs because of coaching. No, they lost in the playoffs because of coaching, not because of CeeDee Lamb not being
advancing your team.
He's a terrible coach. They had a terrible.
I'm not paying that guy. That guy's not making your team go farther in the playoffs.
So Josh Allen shouldn't get paid. Oh,
whoa, we lost that into Mark Steele there.
But Josh Allen
deserves nothing compared to according to Tim.
Josh Allen has gotten the Bills farther than any other team has ever before. Like we made it to the champion.
Well, except for Jim Kelly, but that's like forever in 40 years ago.
Cowboys have literally been a loser in the first round of the playoffs for 20 years. CeeDee Lamb makes no difference.
Actually, probably 30 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been 30 years since they last won a Super Bowl.
So whether you're the Cowboys with him and losing in the first round, or the Cowboys without him and losing in the first round, why would you give that guy $30 million?
I wish I had the numbers in front of me. Unfortunately, I believe I've seen some stats in the past where that offense is significantly better with CeeDee Lamb on the field versus not on the field.
Tim, all right, Tim, let me format it this way. If the Bills suddenly somehow had $30 million in salary cap space, and you have our team now who is in desperate need of a WR1, would you take CeeDee Lamb if he was suddenly available?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
But I don't think you sign CeeDee Lamb to make your team a Super Bowl contender. You sign CeeDee Lamb to put your team over the edge.
Okay.
No,
market value though is
the same thing as any other wide receiver. Is that they are there's an incremental difference that you need to be able to make you from good to great.
Absolutely.
The difference is he is one of those guys that does that. And so if you're looking at number 3 in receptions, number 1 in yards, number 2 or 3 in like touchdowns, he's the guy.
Yeah.
Problem. But everyone
Chris, I knew I liked you.
But
here's the thing though. But I look at him like, and if we're looking at the Bills, what Aaron Rodgers had to deal with at Green Bay, they had nothing. What made Josh Allen? Josh Allen got a number 1 and made him turn into a quarterback that he could do. What happened to Rodgers? Rodgers had a bunch of guys who were there already that made him number 1, and then all they did was, since you're such a good quarterback, we're going to
Devontae Adams.
They're going to strip all these guys away.
Adams. He didn't win a Super Bowl with Devontae Adams.
That's true.
Yeah, but then they let him go though.
That's my point. Like they had number 1, and
Tim, I'm gonna give you some real truth, man. The Bills aren't gonna be great this year because Josh Allen can't throw it to nobody. He can't throw it to nobody.
They're gonna be terrible, John. I'm with you.
They're gonna be bad.
People
throw
to
8-9 at best.
Unless
no,
they're gonna be bad.
I had him going 9 and 8.
So it's a tough truth.
I'm sorry.
No.
So it's 8.
9 and 8.
It's more wins than losses.
I think CeeDee Lamb as the number 1 in receptions, the number 2 in yards, and the number 3 in touchdowns isn't the problem on Dallas. Being a bad quarterback is the problem in Dallas.
My point.
It's
I don't even think Dallas is a bad quarterback. He's overpaid.
I like horse racing, right? And you say in horse racing that a good jockey can make a bad horse win, but a bad jockey can make a good horse lose.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Okay. So I'll caveat my point. If I were Dallas, I would not pay CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
Full boat, man.
So what would you do,
John?
with the money?
John, what do you think? What do you think? CeeDee Lamb, does he deserve to get paid in Dallas?
Whole boat, man. 30 million.
Pete, what about you? Hold
on. I need to finish the point. Dallas will not.
This is our show.
Dallas will not pay CeeDee Lamb.
That's two different questions, though. Two different questions. A, does he deserve 30 million? And B, will Dallas actually pay him?
I'll answer that in a second.
He deserves.
Tim, finish your point, because I know you're going to say
silly to pay him because he does not make them better.
Okay.
He does make them better. He empirically makes them better.
That said,
who the fuck are they going to throw to? Who are they going to throw? No, but not because of CeeDee Lamb, dude. Seriously.
He's going to die on that hill.
Before CeeDee Lamb, they're losing in the first round. After CeeDee Lamb, he makes no difference.
I think.
What do you think about CeeDee Lamb?
He deserves to get paid. I don't know if Dallas is the right fit, though.
And Chris, what do you think?
I don't think he deserves to get paid because I think if you look at the receptions and yardage, you can make that up with 2 people making less than
2 people.
That'd be tough, though.
No, what I'm saying is, if you're investing, if you're investing in a team,
just proved your point right there. If he's the production of 2 people, then he is worth the money.
But if you're the business to say I can have 2 people, I'm going to pay $30 million to do 1,100 yards, or I'm going to pay $15 million at 2,000 yards. What would you do? It's a business decision. You don't do it. It's dollar per yard, dollar per
worth it. In Dallas, they're going to win anyways.
Look That's what they do.
All right, can we?
That
move
wasn't the question. That wasn't the question.
Well, okay, hold
We're
on.
not going to move on because we're not out of time yet. I really want to know if, let's just say, the Bills swoop in and give CeeDee Lamb his $30 million.
They can't though. The Bills can't afford it.
Does Dallas come in second in the Eastern Conference? Does Dallas come in second without CeeDee Lamb? And they don't. But what do you think?
Oh, Dallas probably finishes last.
Hold on. No,
They
that's a
finished
different.
last.
I'm sorry. No, the
Well-
Redskins are in that same division, so they'll finish in third.
They
finish
won't
wait,
be last.
Wait,
without
no,
CeeDee
and then
Lamb.
the Giants
It's
are
ridiculous.
in. All right, they
Ridiculous point.
finished in second still. They finished.
Dallas is finishing second no matter what.
No, they're not. They're not. Okay.
I don't think they're a playoff team without CeeDee Lamb.
Truly-
I don't think they're a playoff team without
Truly,
CeeDee Lamb.
Truly,
CeeDee Lamb, you're
all
No.
the teams in the Eastern Conference in the
Stop saying
the
Eastern
Giants are-
Conference. NFC East division.
Shut your fucking
Also,
face.
though, why is Dallas in the
of all
NFC
the
East?
teams in the of all the teams in the NFC East, the one that looks the best in the preseason actually is the Commanders. Jaden Daniels looks like the real deal. They got.
Oh,
much more
are you
talent.
really taking that much pride in the
Don't
preseason
ever
right
trust
now?
the preseason, though.
Come on.
Listen,
Dallas
Let's
is going to
go.
be number 2. Write it down. Bottle of Johnny Green label on the
Ooh.
line.
That is the unit
Nobody,
of currency.
nobody-
is betting because you all are in agreement of that.
Listen, they're gonna be number 2 because they're gonna pay CeeDee fucking Lamb.
No.
CeeDee Lamb is
number
gonna
two.
be the number 2 receiver in the league.
I want to
That's
get
what
to
I
some of these other. I want to get to the other players. Brandon Ayuk. Is
I
he
want to
going
talk
get
about
paid? Or is
Ayuk.
he...
I think that Ayuk is going to maybe go to Pittsburgh.
No, I don't think so.
Wasn't
he's
there
probably gonna
trade
be a free
talks
agent.
already, though? Like, openly
There have
discussed?
There have been.
The Pittsburgh deal,
yes.
both the Pittsburgh deal, what I've read, both the Pittsburgh deal and the San Francisco extension are both ready to go. It seems like Ayuk's team is just being really fucking stupid and slow and not
Yeah,
making
well, the
decisions.
49ers. Yeah, the 49ers don't want to do that trade. They want to keep Ayuk. So like,
Right,
that's
but
great
Ayuk,
that the Steelers are willing to offer all this. That doesn't mean the 49ers are going to execute it.
Again, unpopular opinion. Ayuk's not good. Go ahead and trade him
No,
to Steelers.
I don't think he's good either. I don't think he's good.
I
agree
agree
okay,
with
I think
that.
Ayuk is good. I don't think he's great,
he's
though.
good, but he doesn't deserve $30 million.
He's not
No,
a $30
no,
million
not
guy.
that much
He's
money,
not a
no.
top- he's not a
He's the
top
number
5.
2. He's Gabe Davis.
He's CeeDee Lamb light.
Oh, he's way better than Gabe Davis.
Pete, he's a system quarterback.
Hmm.
Think about it. Brandon Ayuk is
Wide
doing
receiver.
great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. all right.
Maybe a bottom 5 quarterback. Because
Can he
the
catch
system
more than
works.
50% of his passes that are thrown perfectly to him? Then,
Doesn't
if so,
matter,
yes,
because
he's better than Gabe Davis.
System throws him. No, the system throws him open.
Yeah.
System throws him
I
open.
agree. I agree with that.
Okay.
And and again,
Right,
he doesn't
he-
have the shutdown corner on him because Debo is on.
Yeah, he's not right.
The number 1 corner
For sure. Ayuk
Or
is not a
Kittle. Or
WR1.
Ayuk is in shaking coverage.
Right.
He's not making space.
He's not a $30 million receiver.
He's
for
beating
sure.
the third string cornerback.
I mean,
That's
we
what he's
talked
doing.
about this last week. Brandon Ayuk is empirically the second receiver in Washington.
You know what's sad?
Number 2.
He would
He's number 2.
he would
He's the number 2.
still be the best receiver on the Bills. Ugh.
He's number 2.
But Pete,
Wait for it.
Thank you.
You don't have to call him out.
Pete, ask yourself, what Josh Allen did in his second year when he was like admittedly terrible. He made John Brown and Cole Beasley fucking Pro Bowlers.
He did.
So now
Cole Beasley.
I thought Cole Beasley was good though.
Cole Beasley didn't Cole
No.
Beasley have like a couple 100-yard catch season?
He was a
Yeah, he had
third-
1,000 yards the next year.
Yeah.
is a third wide receiver in Dallas. Okay. And Josh Allen made him a number like 1A. Okay. Now
Yeah.
he's got a guy, Irv Samuel, who's been a legit guy in Washington with shitty quarterbacks.
That
He's going
that
to
is
make
kind of right.
better.
That is a wild card. I mean, I'd be interested. I think Samuel could be a great WR2 / gadget player, but maybe more than that. I don't know.
He's never had Josh Allen.
That's true.
We also need to move on. But this has been really great, you guys. I really like aggressive arguing.
I like
It's
this.
such a really
Yeah,
fun-
no, I'm all for this. We got through 2 of them.
Start talking and we don't even really talk about the topic. It's awesome.
We did. No, we
talked
talked
about
about
it a
2
little.
receivers.
Well, no. So like, well, I think the whole ordeal with Hassan Reddick is incredibly interesting too because he gets traded to the Jets
Hmm.
and he refuses to play for the Jets. And then Jamar Chase just 2 years on his contract. I mean, what the fuck is he thinking?
Well, I don't know about the Jamar Chase thing. That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
He's gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it now.
Hold your horses, man. That's what the NFL. You know, Jamar Chase should bitch to the NFLPA for coming into this agreement in the first place. What's that?
There is a concern.
Jamar Chase cleared $40 million.
That's really high.
No. I mean, what did Jefferson get?
When the cap,
Jefferson get what, 35?
Okay,
35.
When the cap is 300 million, sure, but it's not there yet.
I mean, there is a concern.
It goes up 50 million a year.
Joe Burrow.
It didn't. Yeah, that's true.
100%. I mean, that is.
Joe Burrow's still getting paid 50. I mean, but you see a team doing 50 million to Joe Burrow.
Yeah, but quarterback.
You're Jamar Chase, and your number one guy, your top guy, and the way the NFL is now, a top wide receiver can't exist without a top quarterback, right?
I mean, Jamar Chase in and out is a differential of what, 5-6 wins for the Bengals.
Yeah,
he's top 3 in the league.
Yeah,
but
top 3.
Yeah, he's amazing.
They sucked last year because Joe Burrow was injured. They were bad. The Bengals were bad, empirically.
Justin Jefferson.
As were
Garrett Wilson.
The Vikings, by the way.
He's up there. I wouldn't say number 2. Chase.
Anyway, all right.
Yeah.
Guys,
Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk a lot more NFL. So just hold your fucking horses and somebody sing me a song.
I'd agree with that.
I can buy myself flowers. I can bring the next topic.
Higher than Miley.
Off the cuff.
That's great. That's great, man. That is just
that was
great.
Completely off the cuff. I'm sorry.
Did you just make that up?
Yes, you said sing me a song, and I immediately went into third edible Tim.
That was good. Steph apprecities that one. I'm sure as a Miley Cyrus fan.
All right, we're gonna keep it on the NFL, and we're gonna talk about the rookies.
Miles an hour. 1.1 gigawatts.
All right.
21 gigawatts.
Oh my God,
Chris, you really gotta keep.
We're on third edible Tim. I like that.
I'm here to turn the volume.
That sounds like a B-rate superhero or something.
It's all right, man. This is all gold.
I'm third edible Tim.
I just turned the volume up. I'm like to 11.
Right.
The team has been turned up to 11. All right, I'm gonna say a thing. 2024 NFL 10th draft pick and QB for the Minnesota Vikings, J.J. McCarthy, will undergo knee surgery and be out indefinitely. This is after some knee soreness and discovery of a tear in his meniscus, which actually is a tear. We found that out since I wrote the question. This is after a reasonable performance in his first preseason game with 11 of 17 passing, 188 yards and 2 touchdowns, and a very excited Justin Jefferson on the sidelines. According to NFL insider Ian Rappaport, McCarthy would only miss a few weeks if the meniscus can be trimmed. But if it requires a tear, it is not. Yeah. He will be out for many months. So how important is the success of a first season in the NFL for for a rookie quarterback? And do we think this injury will hurt JJ's overall stock?
Yes, it will hurt his stock.
Can I give you the real question?
No, it won't.
You don't think so?
He had this injury before he got drafted.
Do you think?
Yeah, 100%.
Ooh.
He got it in Michigan?
What makes you think that?
It's a meniscus tear. It's almost completely unidentifiable until you're in surgery mode.
Huh. Really? So you think maybe he just he happened to aggravate it or something already, like during training camp?
He did something. He tried to play his first game. He couldn't get through it. He went and got an MRI, and he had a meniscus tear. So you almost don't even know you have it until
that's true. That's true.
Okay.
I'm going to counter for a second, because if you look at when these guys go through the combine,
they do an MRI.
No, they go through medicals and everything else. They verify you are healthy, because they're going to spend millions of guaranteed money. Yes, I
guarantee you there's probably an MRI sitting in the bowels of Lucas Oil Stadium. Just their own personal MRI machine.
Owns an MRI and he's sitting on the fucking corner.
So TBD MRI status. I bet he's been injured for a while. Because it's so hard to tear a meniscus.
No, it's not.
It's not. No, it's not.
I tear them every day.
I tear my meniscus
I'll take myself out.
No, I mean, okay, so
Tim literally walked away. He's gone.
I agree with Tim that it may have been partially torn, and at a certain point he probably completely tore it, and so that's why he needs a full repair. But it's not that hard to tear a meniscus, but if you don't really know it happens sometimes.
Yeah, no,
More
that's fair.
importantly, it's not a big deal. That's the issue.
It's not that big of a it's kind of a big deal if they have to repair it. It's not such a big deal if they just have to shave it off a little bit.
No, but not to the team. It's not a big deal. If you look at the total value of the contract, it's not a big deal. You wasted one first-round draft pick. If it doesn't work out, you lose your first-round draft pick, who's supposed to be your quarterback. He fails.
If anything, you might get another really good first-round draft pick next year.
Yeah, you get another first-round draft pick. It costs you less money. You're like, all right, I paid him $25 million. This isn't the Sam Bradford contract era. This is the whole this is the stack of like the pre-shuffle piece. Yeah, he made 50
We've been talking.
I remember that. Yeah, that was a giant money pit.
Yeah. You referenced a $60 million Sam Bradford.
Yes,
yeah,
I did.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, brought it from the old back of the pocket.
Right. The case in point in the modern era of NFL PAs, like the way they've done the rookie contracts, is the Cardinals, right? They drafted the other Josh.
Awesome, yeah.
1 year later, they're like, you know what? This is a stupid idea.
We're out.
Right. 1 year later, like, this is a stupid idea. We're going to get Kyler Murray.
That franchise was so poorly run. It's not even funny.
I mean, I guess that's the thing, and we've been talking about that on the show for a while.
Number 3 quarterback in fantasy this year.
I mean, Cardinals made the right move, and they have Marvin Harrison Jr. now, so he has a number 1 again, who's young.
It's Josh, it's the dude in Philly, and Kyler Murray. That's I think the top 3 quarterbacks of the Kyler Murray.
Do you think the Eagles bounce back after the
Kyler Murray's a top 3 quarterback?
It's
no, fantasy points.
Oh, fantasy.
Yes, fantasy points.
Fantasy. Yeah, because
not real life.
Yeah, not.
I was gonna say
fake football.
It's gonna be fun to play against you this year, Tim.
Listen, I'm really.
Tim, you guys need to work harder because you need to get that trophy away from Evil Pete. 2 out of 3 years, bro.
Yeah, we've let Evil Pete win this two years and out of 3.
2 out of 3.
Guys, genuinely, I'm still so angry that I lost in that championship game. My team was so good all year.
Oh yeah, you had a really good team. Yeah,
your team was good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just I've been doing 0 running back for a while, and I'm just so mad.
Man, smart.
Mad.
Yeah. Evil Pete just rode Christian McCaffrey all the way to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
He did.
You know, I do want to. So I know I don't have my topic time, but when we get. I know we're going into football season, but I really want to talk to you guys about fantasy baseball. I started playing that this year.
So hard.
With my best.
So much work.
So much work.
Fantasy baseball is so much work.
So hear me out. I've done almost nothing. I just go on the waiver wire every morning and I sign starters. And I went onto ESPN Plus and I said,
"Is their name Aaron Judge?
Who are the pitchers to pick? No one else is looking for." And I took all of those guys and I'm in 3rd place. I do no research. I know nothing about baseball. Like, is it hard? Am I just, is
this a head-to-head league?
It's a 12-team head-to-head league.
Okay. So yeah, the 2 starter, the when you have find a starter that has 2 starts in 1 week, that's huge. That's the biggest thing in a head-to-head weekly.
I don't know. I keep winning, and like I'm in the playoffs, and I was like, "Is this hard?" Like I don't know anything. I literally know nothing about baseball. I just go on statistics.
You're playing fantasy baseball, the role playing game.
That's what baseball can do. Yeah,
doing well at it.
my big thing with fantasy baseball is I would have probably a shit ton of closers on as for my pitchers. And then I would continuously rotate starters all the time because you want to get those starters that are getting 2 starts in a week. Because sometimes ERA and WHIP don't necessarily mean a thing, but if you get a lot of wins and you get a lot of saves, you're golden.
See, I went the other way. So I went 5 relievers. That's it. And then everyone else on my bench is a starter. And I went by average points per game over the last 4 weeks. Yeah. So I was constantly dropping guys and picking up guys that had the best average rolling into it. It was like, I'll get 21 points from this guy and then drop him because he's going to.
So you played a statistics game because that's what fans
only playing by math.
And
Moneyball. I'm in
Moneyball.
So next spring, let's make sure we get back on a show where we can talk fantasy baseball going into spring training. Because
there you go.
I'm newly into it, and my best good friend would be very proud of me that I'm actually talking about it. I
Start a league,
didn't
Tim.
know
I'm in.
anything about it, and now I feel like okay,
Start a league.
Start a league, Tim. I'm in.
I want to go.
John,
I want
John
to
and
really
I are
play.
in. Our friend Jeff will
Right.
probably be in.
All right.
Jeff will
We
play.
got 4. Pete, do you know what baseball is?
I
He
have
doesn't know shit
no
about
knowledge
baseball.
about baseball, but you
We
know
are,
what?
we are teaching
I
Pete
can figure it
baseball
out.
like, pretty much every
Yeah.
week.
Slowly but
And
surely,
with-
I'm learning.
And with stick, hit, ball, and run. That's all
Yeah,
it
no,
is.
I know that part. So
Yeah.
I probably do
It's a
pretty
little
well.
bit of it's a little bit of a segue, guys. And we're out of time.
Well,
but I'm
I
going to
have
use this
one.
as
Hold
a
on.
moment.
Oh, I
I
was
lost it. Go ahead.
I was going to marry our tangent back to JJ McCarthy and saying, should he start a fantasy baseball league because he's going to have a lot of time for the next year?
Funny. That's
Honestly,
funny.
and we didn't talk about it literally at all, but I wanted to take a moment to feel sorry for JJ McCarthy, who is 21 years old.
I feel sorry for him, but
Yeah.
he'll be fine. He's gonna be fine.
I hope so.
I don't
He-
feel bad
like-
for people like 25.
Like in all
million
seriousness, you don't really lose a lot of like
No,
range of motion when you tear your meniscus
No, but literally,
or
that's
when
the
it
problem.
repaired or surgically.
The problem is, and we saw
guys,
this.
I tore my meniscus and I was masturbating a week later, so it wasn't a big deal.
We
So
saw
in the
this
same
with
parts?
and it's not the same.
Sorry,
but we saw
Mom.
this with Tua, who had to.
This is definitely not
had-
for kids.
Had to like absorb his concussions
Really,
in order to get the bag, which he just got. And does JJ McCarthy, who doesn't get a chance to start in his rookie year, get a chance to earn the bag? Because there's a difference between a $20 million contract and a $100 million contract.
Well, yeah,
right?
oh, for sure.
Think about when you're looking at a guy who's 22 years old. He just got injured. He has $25 million guaranteed, and 8% he's making $1.6 to $2 million interest a year.
And
If I can make $1.6 to $2 million interest a year, guess what? I'm retired. I'm out.
Ah.
I have a better
I'm
argument.
out. I'm like,
John,
see ya.
I have a better argument for you. Jordan Love.
I mean, Jordan
1
Love
year.
just got the whole bag.
Well,
And that
I mean,
boggles
they
my
sat. He
mind.
was perfectly healthy, and they
Loves
just
that
sat
for
him.
4 years. He made all that money by sitting.
Year.
Yeah.
1 year he played well and got $50 million a year. It doesn't matter.
Ridiculous.
AJ
That's so
McCarthy's
fucking
first year doesn't
ridiculous.
matter. Jordan
All right.
Love is the argument. $50 million a
It's
year
so
for what? Just
fucking
not fucking
ridiculous.
up in the North? It's a garbage division.
I mean, they beat the Cowboys. Hey.
Oh.
A garbage team. That's the point, John.
Hold on. Before we go backwards into the previous topic, let's go forward into the next one.
All right, we'd like to thank another fake sponsor,
Oh,
Precision
gosh.
Golf Rangefinders. Lower your score with Precision Golf Rangefinders. Accurate yardage readings help you make the perfect shot every time.
Did you just do this
Precision.
one?
Hit your mark. No.
Get in my hole.
Whoosh.
All right. Who got Tim? You got another next topic?
No. All
right, I have a list.
I can't remember. it.
Okay. Yeah. Sing one, Mark.
Never gonna give it up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around. Next topic.
Yeah.
Nice. We just got Rick rolled.
We got Mark rolled.
Mark rolled.
So, wait.
Hey.
It was announced a little while ago that the NBA is cashing in on a huge TV deal worth almost $77 billion. That includes new rights to NBC and Amazon. Now, this new deal
Ooh.
eliminated a partnership with Turner/Warner Brothers that started back in 1989. Now, allegedly, Warner Brothers matched the offer from Amazon, but the NBA went with the streaming service over the company that reportedly is in $43 billion worth of debt.
Oof.
So, everyone, was it a good idea for the NBA to make a TV deal with Amazon versus a longtime partner, Turner/Warner Brothers?
I mean, ride the hot hand. Yes.
By the
I
hot
think-
hand. I mean,
It's not like
it
they're in
works
a
for the
10-year
NFL, right?
deal, right?
It works for no. It's 11 years.
Oh, never mind. Okay, so that is a little risky, but
So, if speaking from a completely commercial, like corporation background, you just go to whoever gives you the most money that year. There's no friends. There's no relationships in corporations. Go to whoever has the most money and take their money. And if it's great,
that's great for if it's a
Bad,
single year
fair.
contract. But
you can sell it for more the next year. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
There's been conflicting stories about whether or not Turner Warner Brothers actually really did match the Amazon deal. There's some that say that they do, and there's some that there's like some weird contract language that in there that it really wasn't. But because Turner did have this long-standing relationship with them, they had an option in their deal to match any to match the best offer. So let's just say that they really did have two identical offers. They went with Amazon over Warner Brothers
for 11 years. That's ballsy. But hey, I mean,
do any of you?
But
do any of you what?
Do any of you what?
I don't have cable. Do you?
Not anymore. Well, I've YouTube. I've YouTube
I have
TV,
YouTube
which
TV,
yeah.
YouTube TV.
I mean,
yeah.
Let's just think about the sports products, because I've been watching a lot of sports products on Amazon and a lot of sports products on Max, and I think that Amazon probably does a better job. I think that the Amazon Prime Thursday night football games are actually really good.
Well, that's probably the best show.
They're very well
produced.
Yeah,
very well produced. I think
it's great.
Fits magic to you.
Right,
No,
Fitzmagic. I think that the metrics are very good. I think that the Max has done a lot of arena sports, like all the basketball games, all the hockey games. I think they're fine, but they're not.
They can't now. They can't now because they lost the deal. That's all part of it.
Oh yeah, Discovery is.
Right.
I'm sorry,
is running HBO into the ground. Unfortunately,
as of next season, they won't be able to.
So. And they all recognize. I think all the streaming companies recognize that sports is the kind of the frontier. So everybody's trying to win sports.
Well, look at the huge mergers that were.
It's the only
floated.
on-time actual where people have to tune in at that time.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's the only thing that captures an audience. Everything else has to be watched at a. Hey, I'm just gonna binge watch the next 17 seasons. No, like you want to watch the season, you have to sit down, watch the game because it starts at 1:00 and it's Sunday.
My only question is, what is the NBA doing, and who are they doing it with? Because they are 5 years ahead of every other league.
Well,
their commissioner, their commissioner is extremely forward thinking. It's
so forward.
Yeah,
the NBA
they were
is
using Max.
Everyone.
Are they still using Max, Mark?
So Max is with Warner. Yeah. So after this upcoming season, the 25-26 season is the first season that this deal takes into account. So no more Max starting next year.
So the NBA is getting on board with the NFL, which makes a lot of sense. The two probably most profitable professional sports leagues.
Oh, by far the most profitable.
Far.
Sure.
In bed with Amazon. I mean, that makes a lot of sense that they.
So the funny thing is, if you look at the profitability versus the actual viewership, that's where it's kind of a weird thing. If you look at NBA viewership is going down, their profitability is going higher.
They're marketable.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's crazy because they have a certain amount of games, right? But then you look at the NBA and the NFL. Its viewership is still increasing while its marketability is still increasing, but they only have 16 games. So they're hamstrung with the 17 games now, needing to go to 18, which is going to drive probably to 20. So they're like, how do you maximize? And their TV deal, which comes up in 2029, is one of those things where that thing is going to blow the doors off of anything that the NBA is.
Oh, the NFL TV?
Well, at that point, yeah.
That's we're approaching 9 figures. We're approaching 9 figures for that next deal.
Yeah.
If it doesn't surpass it, I'm sure it's going to surpass it.
Yeah, it will.
Well, and I think the idea of what does professional sports look like on streaming? Like, what does it look like? I mean, we're figuring it out right now, just like we figured everything else out. They have to decide and kind of what will people watch.
It's been a weird thing where you look at and say that TV is literally dying. Nobody is watching television or wired television anymore. Everything is a streaming base. These sports are trying to figure out how to maximize that, and it's a clawing. And everyone's clawing it. Yeah, they're all clawing at this.
Yeah. So going back to your point, Chris, about NFL, the NFL is probably trying to do their own product. So it's going to be very, as of right now, they're tied to all these TV deals. But the NFL has its own app where you can watch games. Now, keep in mind, they're tied. Yeah, it's garbage, but they're tied to the other the TV deals that they have right now.
Why are they selling it then to Amazon and to Netflix? Like Netflix
for now. Like you said, 2029 is when the deal is up. I think the NFL is trying to think of doing this on their own.
What do we think about
this? Comes back to selling games to billionaires.
You need multiple bidders. Remember, you need multiple bidders to jack the price.
You guys thought I was nuts. You're talking yourself into it.
We can't see you, Tim. If you're gonna argue with us, we have to see your face.
What do we think
Yes.
about those? I mean, seriously though, the quarterback show, which is very,
Making a
very
drink,
good. The
I'm
wide
sorry.
receiver show,
It's
which
okay.
is very, very good. But these like very well produced documentaries
Yes.
by Netflix about the NFL.
Nice.
And
I
I
call
mean,
this
like,
a peak 7.
let's also kind of just think about that a little more. Like, what does
There's 5 guys on this thing. Have you watched it? I haven't watched any of them.
It's great. Quarterbacks was great. Wide receivers
I don't
were
have
great.
Netflix.
They're good shows. Really very
So
compelling.
once you watched it, I haven't watched it. Who else watched?
Quarterbacks is wonderful. I can't wait to watch wide receiver.
Wide
If I had
receivers is
Netflix,
just-
I would watch the quarterback.
Yeah, John
one, but
has
I don't.
definitely watched it. I know. I have
Wide
not yet.
receivers is just as good. Just as good. Just
Honestly,
as good as quarterbacks.
I have only ever heard that Patrick Mahomes' wife is like the worst person in the world.
She's a very bad person.
Mm.
And I watched the Netflix show and I was like, I don't understand people hate her. She's so normal. She's just an idiot. Like what's
I mean,
the big
just-
deal?
Steph can't stand her. I know that much.
She's just an idiot. Like she's just like a normal.
Just
like
that's a
I
camera
love
persona,
her.
though.
Like,
That's an
she's the
on-camera
best girl in
persona.
the
Is
whole
it?
damn world. Like I don't know. She's just like homespun. I don't know.
So just like that, you know who I fucking love? I love George Kittle. George Kittle is very.
George
I mean, the
Kittle.
reason
He's a
the
national
reason
treasure,
They chose
yeah.
George Kittle to be on this show is because he's a national treasure. And
Yes.
like he met his athlete wife in college, and they like met as athletes, and they are a very
Good
nice
to Patrick
marriage.
Mahomes.
Exactly. Yeah. Sure.
Like people want to hate Brittany Mahomes, but she's just like a normal. She's just a normal idiot. Like imagine if any of us married
Normal.
a
idiot.
professional person that's like the best in their sport and globally recognized. Okay, we would all be that idiot. We would
Yeah,
all
probably.
be that like, oh my god, there's George Clooney. Oh my god, there's I don't know who Avril Lavigne. Who's a celebrity nowadays? Like
I'm there
like,
now.
we would be that same person. We would be that same stock.
Oh, no.
Tim's dead again.
Tim is out of control.
Out of control. You're still in. You're still in.
You're still
guys.
there. Yeah.
Okay,
By the
Scooby,
way,
that's
we are
all
on
be
a big
that
tangent,
idiot. We
and
would
we're-
all be that crazy fan. Imagine you are Travis Kelce's best friend right now, and you thought you had a great gig being Travis Kelce's best friend. You get to go to games, you get free drinks. Every once in a while, Travis
So
shows
you're
You're gonna get the
You're
Taylor
thinking-
Swift.
So you're Jason Kelsey.
Now your
Huh.
best friend is gonna marry the most powerful woman on the planet. It's a different echelon, guys. Like that's
I don't see an issue with that scenario.
Well, I mean,
Because
That's
now
what-
you can essentially get Taylor Swift's connections too.
But Travis Kelce, the Brittany Mahomes in this scenario, is an idiot in her world. He's a moron in her world. Travis Kelce has never dealt with billionaires. Taylor Swift invented billionaire entertainers. And Travis Kelce is the Brittany Mahomes in this scenario. So we can't judge her so harshly.
I think I disagree with that a little bit, but I see your point.
yeah,
You have
that
to see, like
I mean,
he's-
Travis Kelsey has exclamation pointed his career path, which is to become a broadcaster.
That's fine, but his
But I mean, that's what he did. He did it on
influence
purpose.
is this, right? It's minuscule. Taylor
comparatively
Swift's influence
to
is-
Taylor Swift.
Oh well, yeah.
How
Everybody.
did we start? How did
It's
we
the
get
Brittany
from
Mahomes.
JJ McCarthy to Taylor Swift?
Because Tim's on it. It's
This
third
is-
edible Tim.
Wait, are we
Show-
Third edible Tim.
Are we still on the JJ McCarthy topic?
Who
I don't
thought this show
remember.
was gonna be called Bougie?
Oh wait, no,
Balls?
we're
This
talking
show is
about
called
we're talking
Tangent
about
Ball.
NBA.
Yeah. Right.
NBA.
All right, we're out of time. It's fucking 11 o'clock.
We're
out of
gonna need to
time.
change
Let's
the episode name to 10.
3-hour episode.
We're gonna need to
Move
change the name
on.
to Tangential Balls.
Tangent
This
Balls.
is
Tangent
only
balls.
6.
Guys, we're doing 8
No, that was
topics.
Mark. That was a Mark question. This is a me.
That was
question.
This is all right. Ready?
All
Yeah.
right.
This is
Whoa, halfway there. Whoa, next topic is here. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. Whoa, next topic is here.
I think you overloaded your mic, but it was
You know what?
awesome.
Like,
I know, I know.
It's okay. No, it's all good. It sounded awesome.
I'm a little tipsy, so I don't care how loud it is.
It's
I don't
okay.
want to buy a house.
My
Anyone else
microphone
want to buy a
does,
house
but-
from
All
Mark?
right,
It's all good.
I want
we're gonna
dog
now
food.
for something completely different.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna bum us
Probably-
out.
No, it's not even. I don't have any sad topics, but I have a weird one. Probably one of the most famous people in the world, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, is at it again. And so The Rock is this I wrote before, but
You've been holding on this topic for a while.
Just like for a minute. The Rock just finished up a heel storyline in the WWE, culminating in a tag team title victory with cousin Roman Reigns. He is also the star in a biopic regarding UFC legend Mark Kerr. UFC president Dana White has already stated that The Rock's performance and his commitment to the role should put him in contention for next year's Best Actor Oscar. So do we think the TKO group relationship got Rock into the initial consideration for this role? And when is the moment that top wrestlers decide to become A-list celebrities? And who are some of our favorites who have made this transition?
On Cena, that's all I know. I'm bowing out.
John Cena's not A-list. He's up there, but he's not A-list. He's not up there on the same.
A-list.
He's not on the same level. He's on the same level as a Rock.
So good.
He's good. He's
amazing.
Funny.
Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah.
Have you seen?
No, but like,
but does that make him A-list though?
But like Tim, you're a child of the 80s and the 90s, so like
he's in every movie.
He's
not getting paid like The Rock though.
When Hogan made his transition, like they all make the transition. Like, so what is that moment?
My moment for me was Andre the Giant.
It's all about the Benjamin.
As Fezzik and the Princess Bride.
Fezzik and the Princess Bride, yeah.
It's hard to top that one.
Pete wins. Pete wins.
Somebody do an accent. Hurry!
I can't help it that I'm the biggest and the strongest. I don't need exercise.
I'm a wrestling fan. The fact that they did that whole Rock as a heel, the final boss gimmick, I thought was amazing. And if you didn't know, if you have, that was actually a last minute pivot. It was supposed to be some other storyline, and at the very last second,
I saw that.
Yeah, at the very last second, they changed. It's like, okay, everyone wants to see Cody Rhodes face off against Roman Reigns. So The Rock, but we still want The Rock involved. We'll get The Rock involved with the bloodline, the big family
when they were doing,
and
so the way this went down is that Rock is actually on and the board of the WWE currently.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He's like making decisions with Triple H. They're like coming up with the way it works. And so the idea all along when WrestleMania was going to be in Los Angeles is that The Rock was going to come in and he was going to face Roman and it was going to be big and it was going to be epic. And everybody in the WWE universe, all the fans got really upset because they were in a really good spot with Cody Rhodes and they wanted Cody Rhodes to get a shot. And so Triple H and the board and The Rock, they had a conversation and it was like, you know what? I don't like the way this feels. Like we had this idea in our head, but let's listen, right? Let's listen. But like we still want Rock to do stuff because that's
big name.
It's a big name.
This was the 40th WrestleMania. It's got to be big.
Right.
Yeah.
He has to know his damn role.
He does know his role, though. That's the thing. And I mean, like, what amazes me about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is that he has been Hollywood famous now. I mean, so Scorpion King.
He's beloved. The WWE universe loves him. Like, huge ovation every time his music comes on and you can hear his voice. Like, it was such a huge pivot because he became hated so much. So they had to pivot, and they did a great job of doing it.
I think it was great. It was great.
We lost him again.
Nah, he had to pee or something. But I mean,
Nope.
like...
No, the bathroom's the other way.
You think about
more
it,
important, Seth?
You needed the whiskey.
This is The Rock's tequila.
Is it really?
Nice.
Really? Wow, look at that.
5.
So I am very pro Rock. I say, do whatever you want, Dwayne. I love you, and I love you.
No, the man can do no wrong. The man can do no wrong.
He's
really,
definitely...
like he's at that level. Like when did The Rock become that A-list celebrity? I mean, he did a good amount of Fast and Furious movies, so that probably helped him. But he did pay his dues for a while.
I was gonna say it was like before that. I thought.
I mean,
right?
Scorpion King was 2002.
No,
That's 22 years ago. Scorpion King. I think that's his first.
That was his
Hollywood
first
role.
kind of big movie. He was also in the Get Shorty sequel. He had a very minor role in that. But he paid his dues. He had all of these there was one with the Rundown. Sean William Scott. Yeah, the Rundown. Like he started the climb. It wasn't an overnight success.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he got that A-list status after Fast 5 came out.
Yeah.
Because
when has Rock ever made a good movie?
I mean, they're all fun.
Yeah, he does make some bad movies.
Successful, yes.
He was in Rampage. He was also in.
I'll give you one.
What was San Andreas?
Yes, San Andreas. That's the one I was thinking of. Where it was like the movie poster had him
really
jumping out of a
fun,
building, and
by the
everybody's
way.
like,
Red
the
Notice-
trajectory would
Jumanji.
never actually land the right
was
way.
wonderful.
Oh, Jumanji was wonderful. That is one of my favorite fucking movies.
I need to watch
It's
that
so
actually.
You have
So
not
funny.
seen the
Jack-
Jumanji remake?
No, like with Jack Black in there
Anything with
too.
him and Kevin Hart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Pete, it's wonderful.
I need to see it.
wonderful,
Pete,
Okay.
Jamie and I are
It's so
coming.
good.
Jamie has seen Jumanji 1 and
You can
2,
see it for
the new
free
one.
on YouTube TV, by the way.
I probably
Jumanji.
yeah. I should. All right.
It's so good. It's
Okay.
so funny. It's so
fun.
I think the sequel is on YouTube TV now too.
Damn.
It's
All
so
right.
good. As good. It's like Hangover 2 versus Hangover 1. It's the same movie. There's
Oh, it's
more
totally the
jokes,
same movie.
but
Totally
it's
the same.
not as good.
Right.
Fun story. The Rock did Red Notice with Ryan Reynolds. Like they did like kind of a buddy cop thing.
Well, that was good too. I love that.
So
Yeah.
good.
With Wonder Woman.
Apparently in one scene, they're in Ryan Reynolds' like apartment, his character, and they are like, there's like a opportunity to have like alcohol, and the Rock sit in the sand. He's like, put Ryan's gin in it. So Aviation Gin makes like a product placement notice in Red Notice, and Terramana, the Rock's tequila, also product placement in Red Notice because they decided to do it together.
If only Wonder Woman had her own whiskey. So
She was the best in that
the
movie. by the way.
the Israeli vodka that comes from Tel Aviv. So
There you go.
you guys know she's Jewish, right? Like I'm not like
Yeah.
something.
I was just trying to think of like what it. Yeah. Was it like the 10 Commandments vodka or something?
It's Chubby.
We're not even there, are we? Well, yeah, we're kind of.
Yeah, good enough. Close enough. It's already done.
That's enough.
Are we moving on? Are we moving on?
We've lost John.
By the way, just to say it, did you know that
next
Gal Gadot
subject,
was
please.
Gal Gadot before she was famous, still beautiful. Before she was famous, was Israeli Special Forces. Just saying.
I
knew
believe
that.
it.
I
When
knew
she was famous, she was still beautiful.
I wanted to
Jesus
break
Christ,
into my
John.
house so bad.
All correspondence
All I
with
know
our
is
female
that
listeners
somebody-
can be sent to Ashley at singingrealher.com.
I just wanted to break into my house. That's all I want.
Oh,
Kick in the door, break it in, and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" She's like,
Do
Please
we
don't
love
make
the
me-
pic? By the way, do we love the pictures of Gal Gadot's real life husband when she got the Wonder Woman role, saying "My wife is Wonder Woman"? Do we just love those pictures? Because
I don't know
I think
that.
I saw that. I don't think I saw that. Yeah.
real life thing.
heard
he was
of
just
it.
like really proud of her, and he was just like, "My wife was Wonder
I believe
Woman."
that.
Aw.
I hear they're a very cute couple in real life.
Can we
Anyway,
share the clip in the podcast? Or is it we don't have to pay?
We could
How much
probably link it
we're
on the
not really-
website.
We're not really set
How
up
much
for
would
that
it
right now.
cost to get the
I mean,
licensing?
what are we sharing clips of? Because we can tell Pete to do it. He's
Gal Gadot's husband saying, "My wife's Wonder Woman."
I
He would have to
could
look it
probably
up
do
and
it.
find
The
it.
only problem is we would get a copyright infringement thing.
No, that's when we played like 20 seconds of ESPN.
Well, I mean,
Jesus Christ, Pete. They were right. They were right to yell at us.
I
for that.
suppose
How much would it cost if we had to do it?
it wouldn't cost us anything. It's just the video
I'm
would be
in.
taken down.
I'll pay for it.
It's just a picture.
All right, good job,
Right.
Pete.
'Cause
Hold
Tim's
on, I gotta
fancy.
find the
Zero.
thing.
No, it's good, it's
It
good.
won't
It's
cost
good.
you anything. I'll pay for it. I'm good. All right. Next topic. Mark.
Wait, what are we doing?
I
You know
thought
what
Tim
I
already
really-
did the next topic.
By the way, side note, you know what I really love? I love Third Edible Tim. You are a lot of
Third
fun.
edible Tim. Hashtag third edible Tim. Are we actually moving on?
Yeah, we're
I
at
believe
time.
so.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's note. What's funny is I haven't done drugs in almost 6
A
months.
month.
That's
this
why
is-
they're
this
so
episode is
effective.
Definitely not for kids.
Actually, almost 2024. All of 2024. I have not imbibed. So it's just kind of fun for me.
Marijuana.
Yes. I
Wait, you went from not having any for 6 months to having 3 edibles?
No. No.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say I'd be very worried for you right now if that's what
My
that was the
streak has
timeline.
not ended.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
actually have not had
Listen.
any drugs today.
Oh,
Listen, there is not. Pot is essentially a legal drug now, especially in New York.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
no. So like honestly, even working for my company, we
Yeah,
don't
we might
care.
still have to cut that out of YouTube.
We don't care about marijuana at all at the bank. But like
marijuana, not a sponsor.
All right.
Marijuana could be a sponsor.
Like, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. But like me personally, all I want to do is eat everything, and I just ignore.
Before the next
I
topic,
do that without pot. There's
a 2-pound bag of pretzels behind the bar right now that all I want to do is inhale.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
All right.
And I won't because I'm not under the influence of marijuana.
I don't believe you.
There you go. Before we start the next topic, I have to pee really quickly. I'm so sorry.
No, it's a live show, Pete.
We're live.
I know. Well,
We're live.
I peed right before the.
Go ahead and pee. We'll just continue without you.
All right, that's fine.
I mean, we have to because it's
right.
11:30.
I know.
Next topic.
Keep next topic kicking. This is gonna, I don't know how I'm gonna edit this fucking show. It's just a please.
It's like the
and now it's time for a throwback.
Throwback.
Certain properties have made the news that bear similarities to certain iconic fictional places. There's a new Airbnb in, of all places, Littleton, Massachusetts, that resembles the Polly Pocket House. We all know that, being
I
all
just
men.
saw that.
I don't.
There's another Airbnb in Kissimmee, Florida, devoted to the wizarding world of Harry Potter.
Yo,
Other famous
wizard,
sites?
Harry.
Other famous sites include the Godfather Mansion, the Christmas Story House, although that recently has been sold, and the Daniel LaRusso Mansion in Cobra Kai. So, everyone,
Are you not going to fucking talk about the X Mansion? Because you better.
Ooh, I've been there. Casa Loma in Toronto.
Will you let me get to the question? So, everyone, what make-believe house would we like to stay in a night for? Or
Jesus Christ, the X Mansion! Are you crazy?
You gotta go to Casa Loma. You gotta. So
do we know how much that is? Do we know how much that is?
Not even expensive.
$12.
I know, but it's literally just staying in the house. Like, there's no like frills about it, right? Like, you're not sleeping with Wolverine.
So the next time you come to Buffalo, we'll go to
My
Toronto.
Buffalo.
We'll go to Toronto and we'll go to Casa Loma because like 50 movies have been filmed in this mansion. It's so awesome. They have 3 secret passages and only 2 have been discovered.
Dun, dun, dun.
So I think we're talking about a different thing, Tim. In the Airbnb custom mansions, which are a thing now, Mark was just explaining them. There is an X Mansion.
I'm back.
And the X Mansion, not the real. No, but not the fucking real one. The one
That's where we want to go.
The one that is made up of like X-Men, like animated, cel-shaded like shit with like locker rooms and pictures of Wolverine and all that shit. That's a real thing. There's an X Mansion.
It's a real thing, isn't it? Isn't it also in upstate New York?
I think it's in Westchester. Honestly,
It should be. I mean, otherwise, is it really the X Mansion?
Is it real?
Yeah.
Pete, are you real? Are we all assuming like
There's a
story
bro in the X Mansion in Westchester. Apparently, they
Nice.
give you drinks because it's kind of like an experience. There is
Casa
a
Loma, Toronto. It's awesome. You will love it.
So, Pete, the question was, what make-believe house would we like to stay in for a night or so?
The X Mansion. That's the right answer. Jesus Christ,
Casa
Pete.
Loma.
I mean,
Just go there.
yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh, well,
So
okay.
The Beetlejuice house would kind of be fun.
I did think about this one
like
actually. So I thought initially you were talking about like houses or like dollhouse kind of things that we had as kids. And the one thing that I thought of was the Castle of the Lions from Voltron, which I had as a kid.
So this is actually a real thing, Pete. And Jamie was going through them on our drive back from New Hampshire. There are 6 or 7 fake houses, or real houses that are dressed up like fake houses on Airbnb right now that you can reserve time in.
Wow.
It's
okay. So if we're talking about like real houses, yeah, I had to think about that. But
to be fair, the question wasn't really like stuff that's real. It could be like stuff that maybe should be real.
yeah, see, I read that as like stuff that we had as kids, like
Yeah.
like
I have one.
Okay.
I would like to stay in the Death Star. It seems really nice.
So Disney World had a thing like that. It shut down. They didn't make any money.
5,000.
But here's the thing. I'm very utilitarian. I want droids that clean my room. I want servants that are clones and don't care about their.
You are super bougie. I mean, obviously, that's what you want.
I would like to have a planet-sized place to live where every accoutrement is provided for me. The Death Star, and then I can take on my enemies whenever I want.
Yeah.
Like when it's like fucking. Who's our enemy right now?
The problem is Darth Vader walks over and is like, and then you're like dead. And
Well,
you're like,
If like Florida was like women are getting too many rights, and I'm like Death Starred, and they're just going.
Death Star.
Awesome.
Yeah, except
Death Star Florida. I mean, like, fuck you and your fucking weird
one
ideas.
problem.
You don't matter. You're gone.
You guys have that one. The problem with the Death Star though is you always have to. You have that slight insecurity, like the equivalent of like, hey, did I leave the front door unlocked? Like, there's that small thermal exhaust port right below the main port, and if someone were to fire a torpedo perfectly into that port,
the rebels don't win. The rebels get squashed. We're corporations, Pete.
That's exactly what the Empire thought in the first movie, and you saw what happened.
Zap our empire, zap our enemies into death, because there are no enemies. Pete.
I could actually see like a Death Star hotel somewhere in the future.
Oh
like,
yes,
I could definitely see that.
Baby?
I could definitely see that.
I can't find this Gal Gadot thing, by the way.
So if I become a billionaire, Tim, I will build the Death Star motel. Okay.
And I have
You
a
can get that-
room.
You can get that in writing. We'll bet a scotch on that. If I don't, then I'll use it.
Mark, we have drank very little of your Johnny Green label.
What?
We just revisit for a second that Mark bet Lisa Feyes, my wife, my beautiful, gorgeous, amazing wife, that the Patriots would finish with a better record than the Bills in the year following Tom Brady's dismissal.
Who said?
I don't remember this bet.
To be fair to Mark,
Very smart bet. It wasn't a very smart bet.
the Bills were the Bills majors were 1-1 in the regular season. The first game, the Bills lost. The second game, it was very, very close, and the Bills
Very,
won
very close.
in a heart drawer. We were on a cruise ship because
Very demure.
And then we played again in the playoffs.
Oh well,
It was 49-0.
It was not close. It was not close.
Bills had a perfect game. 7 possessions, 7 touchdowns.
And to be fair, I think we essentially parlayed that playoff game because the bet was essentially who would win the season series. And because they tied, we needed the tiebreaker. I know. Listen, at that point, I was like, I'm not reneging on this. I'm seeing this all the way through. It was an awful bet.
For you to I'll give you all the credit and props in the world. You paid the bet.
Pete, I sent you the picture of Gal Gadot.
That playoff game.
See, all I found was Gal Gadot's husband as when
that was
here.
one of
I'll
the
show you what I
worst.
did.
One of the worst games I've ever seen.
I sent you the picture on Slack. That
Dick is
That was one of the worst
I
teams.
don't want it anymore. Like,
It was my stubbornness though, and my gambling addiction that overtook my sense of my exactly.
Only a small
Like that was the only reason why I followed through with that. Plus, it was fun. It was fun.
so every time someone says, "Oh, can I get a shot of the Johnny?" Lisa goes, "No." That's my pride. Yep, that's
an amazing story.
I do owe you guys a visit. I have to go.
All right, I'm gonna put this picture over on top of all of our ugly mugs for a second.
So
that's the one he's referring to.
Yeah, she won't let anyone drink the Johnny Walker Green label because that's her mark.
So guys, I know that we don't see it on the Discord, but Pete just switched to the picture of Gal Gadot praising her. Gal
Wait,
Gadot's
is that on the
husband.
YouTube?
It's on the YouTube.
It's on the. Yes.
I would see it.
Oh, I
Gotta
see it.
watch YouTube feed, y'all.
If you're watching the feed, it's right there. So there it is. So this is what I found, which was Gal Gadot's husband has been working out more since she became Wonder Woman. I mean,
Johnny Green is the shit, by the way.
So
Pete, switch back.
I did.
It's
considering like the most like
whiskey
cost
for
effectiveness,
betting.
I think Green Label is the best.
It's the best cost effective.
bang for buck, yes.
Tim,
Oh, is Tim on mute?
Oh no, mute.
He's on mute.
Tim,
Tim, you're muted. Say what you're going to say. Covering
This
the
is
label.
a $90 bottle of scotch that Mark paid out on a bet. and
It's a
my
60
wife
it's a
will
$60
not
bottle.
share this.
So-
I paid on Drizzly, and it turned out to be like $90.
Did it really?
Sad
It's only
panda.
2 years later, Mark, but my wife
Oh.
won't let anyone else drink this scotch.
Wow.
I love the fact that your wife like takes so much pride in that bottle. That's amazing.
She's so
I love it.
proud because you know what's funny, because in our football league there are maybe a half a dozen Bills fans, and no one would take Mark's bet. Mark said the Patriots will finish better than the Bills in the regular season, and my wife, Lisa Feyes, he goes, "I'll take your fucking bet and your money." No hesitation, whatsoever.
Yeah, half a dozen. I
We
think
got-
there's five.
We
Five out
got
of the
scared
12
though. That
people.
first game, I
think
was like,
5 out of the
uh-oh.
12
Oh yeah, you were all
fans.
you were all scared.
Yeah.
You were all scared.
Well,
It's
because it was
oh, I
like-
don't want to do that.
It was a
Fuck you, I want
stupid,
you
like,
with-
I was like, go
was
figure.
such a
There's a
stupid bet.
stupid game with a 50-mile-an-hour winds, and Bill
was
Belichick
one of
is
the
looking
worst
over there like,
bets I've ever It's one of the worst bets I've ever made in my whole life.
Hey,
Uh,
Mark.
First and last time Lisa will ever say to you, Mark, give it to me.
Hey, Mark.
She-
Do you know,
Wow.
do you know what time it is,
Wait,
Mark?
we're having a moment. We're having a moment.
Dun, 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 dun.
Sorry, you
Everyone
have a
loves- everyone
framed
loves Europe.
Asia
Wait, we lost
poster?
Mark. Sing it again. No, he's muted.
No, Mark.
What
I
happened?
leave into Phoenix.
No, the cable.
Moment. The
Oh,
cable.
Mark.
AV problem.
Mark, we're gonna cut all that part out. Just do your line.
What happened? Wait, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
There you go. Sing it, sing
All
it.
right.
Do your line,
It's
Mark.
the final topic.
All right.
That was not the best we have ever done that, but that's okay.
No,
It's all right.
the
Now
internet
for
failed
some-
me.
It's
Now
okay.
for something completely different.
Oh.
Recently, NVIDIA
Man.
has been accused of illegally training its Cosmos deep learning model on a, quote, eye-watering amount of YouTube data. According to leaked data scooped by 404 Media, they also reportedly took pains to hide their activities from YouTube using dozens of VMs that automatically change their IP addresses to avoid detection. Executives, when questioned internally by employees, claimed that they had an umbrella approval for all the data, which included a data set trained on 130 million YouTube videos created explicitly for academic research. So whether this is true or not, the question remains, what are the consequences of NVIDIA, an almost $3 trillion company, deciding to push forward on AI training and research with absolutely no guide rails? And does AI itself have enough momentum at this point that the end of AI, whenever that is already decided?
Duck. I mean,
There's no end to AI. It's a race to be able to determine who's going to make the actual decisions and rules.
yeah.
Yeah.
Since we've had, like, if you look at what artificial intelligence has had through, like, you look at XAI, you look at Chat GPT, you look at all these other options. Policy always trails behind technology.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
Especially lately, yeah.
You're
Which
gonna
in a
have
lot
all
of
these
respects
guys-
for AI, which in a lot of respects for AI probably shouldn't happen, right?
But I think the question
They'll never
is,
be able to keep up. Policy can
what-
never keep it because they don't know.
what do
They're
we
slow.
do when
yeah,
a mega giant, and maybe the biggest company in the world right now,
They
just
are the biggest
decides
company in
to-
the world right now.
that just decides to illegally train their AI on data
seriously,
that they
seriously.
don't own, with just like blatant disregard for the law or rules,
Okay.
because they know that it
They've
doesn't
become the
matter.
evil
Right.
empire.
But
haven't
also,
they?
John, this is the age-old practice of, apologize rather than ask.
Yeah.
But
But
at
they
a
have to
at a
apologize.
multi-trillion-dollar
They don't give a shit.
scale.
Ask for forgiveness better than
They're not
Exactly.
asking for forgiveness. They actually don't give a shit.
They really don't. Jensen
They
never
don't
had. No,
actually
don't give a
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
No.
That's clear by what they did.
No, as far as NVIDIA's standpoint is, they're like, look, we're the shit right now, and we're not going to apologize for anything. Like, we've figured out the way to catapult into the biggest company in the world extremely quickly, and we have the one thing every other company that has tech wants, and we can't make it fast enough. they're still gobbling it up.
Yeah.
So how do you stop that? Like, I mean, the U.S. government's not.
You have to set rules and policies now.
Yeah, you would think so. That's what antitrust legislation is supposed to do, but it's not doing it.
No, they don't care.
You can't, even if they care. You can't.
I think there's still a set of rules you can still apply.
Not to AI. Not to AI.
Well, but it's
you guys out of the bag. You can't stop it.
I don't think you can stop it. And more importantly, because you can't stop AI, you can't literally. And I mean, this is what it is. You can't stop the thing that feeds AI. You can't stop its brain, right? I mean, like NVIDIA has put itself in such a place where it was literally on the forefront of the two most profitable technology discoveries, I guess, of the last 5 to 10 years. I mean, they were on the forefront of Bitcoin and they're on the forefront of AI and they're making money. They are making money so fast that I don't think that any of us can comprehend how fast they're making money.
Well, no, I mean, they went from, yeah.
Chris has a question.
Okay.
So, is AI a new nuclear race?
A little bit. I think that's really...
in a lot of respects, yeah. Yeah.
Like, if you look at, like, there was a huge negotiation and treaties that had to go through to be able to say AI between these different countries and who could get it, who's allowed to have it. Is it now that same kind of discussion to have that with companies?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, you have China trade embargoes, right? Where like NVIDIA is not allowed to sell some of their hardware, especially their consumer hardware, to China for that very reason, right? That the government has said, hey.
I'll go one step farther from an employee standpoint.
Mm.
Would you rather be so I'm in a position where I manage a lot of people and we are introducing AI into our world. And they all ask me, are you worried? And I say, would you rather be the person that is in charge of the AI or the person whose job is being made easier by the AI? And that's how you have to position yourself. You want to be the governance of said robot, as opposed to the robot's making my life so much easier. My job is so easy now. Those are the people that are like,
They gone.
Well, yeah.
Well, we know probably...
People say AI, you're like, how can I help? How can I help? How can I do this? How can
we know probably 6 or 7 creatives, like people who produce content for their job, who have lost their jobs to AI. I mean, that is happening currently right now.
100%. So,
and I think that there's a good point where I think that the thing that is happening right now is that those people who create content, the content that is created by AI is not as good, clearly, but it is. But it's fine.
But John,
fine.
you're like 0.0000000000001 into AI.
Yeah.
And its content is just slightly worse.
Yeah.
What humans create.
I know.
It's our like, watch Idiocracy again. And you're like,
I bring up Idiocracy on the show when we talk about AI. Literally,
be part of the drinking game every time we bring up Idiocracy.
I mean, we are at a point when you think about it where not only is AI creating content for us, but it's also absorbing content for us. So like, we don't have to read or write.
The issue with AI is that it's an unoriginal thing.
Yeah.
So if you look at so there's zero
for now.
There's no original thought, things.
So we'll see. That's the problem, and the misnomer that it's called AI because it's not actually self-aware or intelligent. I mean,
it's not intelligent.
So
all it does is an accumulator.
Right. It's a large language model. The problem is now it's starting to feed on itself, and that's where you started to just get into this garbage cycle.
Yeah. Can I give you guys some unsolicited advice from a professional in the finance and accounting industry? Get off of social media. Get out of social media. Do not post photos of your children.
Can we just precursor that? Get off of social media, except to listen to your favorite podcast.
There you go.
Oh yeah, right. Other than If These Balls Can Talk.
Honestly, but get off of social media.
Yeah.
Because everything we have and everything we own is based on our face. That's how it'll be.
It's true.
Yeah.
Keep
Can
in
I-
mind, we're getting recorded right now, and,
Listen,
and
can
your
I
face
also
is on
just,
YouTube.
can I also just add to that?
So Peter,
It is-
we'll leave him unnamed. So little Fitzpatrick, that's being raised right now. Everything he does is being photographed and put on the internet. And within about 18 months, the internet will be able to fake a copy of said Rudiger and let him do whatever he wants. Like it's sentient. Keep your life and your family and your kids off the internet. Say brought to you by Tim Feyes.
No, it's a valid.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Have you all realized and reached the point where you look on the internet and everything you see, not all of it is real, and I can
all
tell
fake.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
there is
All-
so much of it that's AI driven right now. I saw
All fake.
today I saw an ad for recliners with dog houses inside of them.
What?
And these doghouse recliners
What?
physically it's like the house in The Shining. These dog houses
You don't even have a dog.
Right. But these dog houses physically could not actually exist functionally. Like the movement of the chair wouldn't work. But people were like, "Oh my god, I need one of those." Because
Oh no.
it's not real.
My
It's
life
not
was
real, you guys.
my life was incomplete until my husband told me this one neat trick.
Right.
It's like, what's the trick? Oh, you put a band and a light switch.
No, it's called a
Because if you
blowjob.
do
That's the
anything,
trick.
You're just
Hey!
fucking.
Where's the drum?
For a blowjob. Now.
There it is.
God, stop calling out the soundboard. Jesus Christ.
That's what I do.
Part
I
of the
telegraph
show.
it.
Next topic.
Pete,
Oh
high
my-
five.
Hey, that one wasn't me.
Tim planned that perfectly.
Yes.
We're out of time. But I gotta say.
No.
Oh,
So you have
oh,
closing
gee willikers.
closing thoughts for the episode?
The closing thoughts is that NVIDIA's too big to fail, and that AI is scary, and that don't trust the machines.
There, Skynet.
Can we talk about something fun before we end the night on such a
We
downer?
always end on a depressing topic. That's just how the show works.
No, that's how.
Gonna be so quick. It's so late.
I gotta
Yes.
edit this fucker.
It's 11:45. I want to
Take
talk
over.
about something very important to me.
Okay, that's great. That's a great idea.
I've talked about this with my wife.
Show your balls on camera now. I'm gonna be very disappointed.
No.
My balls are on camera, and I really want to bring this up because it's important to me. It's important to America, and I know you guys have like an access point to the world, and I think it's really important to bring this up. What's your favorite food to eat at the fair? Because we went there on Sunday, and I gotta say, mac and cheese might have been my favorite. It was so
Really?
Fried
Oh
Oreos,
my
bro.
God. It was it was the best mac and cheese I've ever had in my entire life.
No, but
This
I
was-
mean, where
Is this
do you
third
think-
edible Tim talking?
Okay.
It's
No,
a little bit. It's a little
I'm
bit.
like
third
6
edible.
months sober.
I've always been all right. I've always been partial to this like
Who goes
the
to a fair and gets mac and cheese?
really, really good place that has sausage, peppers, and onions that are all grilled. All
That's a
griddled.
good one. That's my
It's a
Fenway
classic.
staple. That's my baseball game staple right
What's
there.
Yeah.
your favorite fair food? What do you have to go
Fried
to the
dough.
fair?
Fried dough with powdered sugar, or what other people call doughboy.
I mean, at the end of the
Without a
night,
doubt.
yeah, for sure.
Without a doubt.
What does fried dough look like in Rhode Island?
It looks like fried dough.
The same
Big
as
piece of
fried
fucking
dough.
fried dough, yeah.
Describe it. Tell me what it looks like. I don't know. I don't know what
It's
your
like-
weird thing looks like.
I don't know. It's almost like it's a pizza, but it's fried dough, and you put powdered sugar on it. Sometimes cinnamon.
Mm.
Oh,
Fucking amazing.
Jonathan?
Oh,
It's
Jonathan, what's
crunchy.
your favorite fair
It's,
food?
it's crunchy bread, and I said it, fried
It's actually
Oreos,
crunchy
because
bread.
you literally can't get fried Oreos anywhere but a fair.
Wait, I beg to differ. The Malta Drive-In, not Malta where Tim vacationed, but Malta, little Malta, New York.
Malta in Italy with the
Yes,
wine
in
and
Italy,
fried
we're at the
Oreos.
drive-in.
goes full circle. It all
Yes.
goes full circle.
A different
But
Malta.
I mean, it's just that they're making fair food.
Christopher, what's your
Yeah,
favorite
they
fair
are.
food?
I'm gonna go with pogo stick or deep fried Oreos.
Wait, I'm sorry,
Hell yeah,
Canada.
deep fried
What's a
Oreos all
pogo
day.
stick?
Pogo stick.
What's a pogo stick? Anyone?
I've never heard of. Aside from the toy that you jump up and down with, that's the only pogo stick I know.
It's like the hot dog. It's got the batter and you deep fry it.
A corn dog.
Like a corn dog. Corn dog, yeah.
Corn dog. It's a
Okay.
corn dog.
All right.
Pogo stick is a corn
We
dog.
all
Yep.
learned something. Okay, so can I tell you about the best food? Is that the warning?
No, that was the more you know.
The more you know, the more you know.
So
The
can
rainbow
I tell you
came
about the best food that Feyes and I had at the Erie County Fair?
I love that you call her.
I mean, if we say no, you're just gonna say it anyway.
I know you are.
But
Great point. Okay, so there's a pizza place here
Bonus
in
topic.
Buffalo that only has pizza on food trucks. So I wanted to go because they were at the fair, and I said, I want this fucking pizza. It's so good. It's so
Is it like a wood
good.
fire?
Yeah, wood fire.
I'd love me a good wood fire pizza.
The cup and char pepperoni,
do
where
the
like
dry-
Yeah, the
top
little
edge
oven,
is-
the little yeah.
It's so good. And while I was waiting for the pizza, Feyes goes, I'm gonna go grab a donut. There's a donut place behind me. And she went over there and grabbed a donut, and we had pizza and donuts. We're like, this donut's fucking great. And we go and enjoy the fair, we go gambling, we go do whatever, and then we come back, and maybe it's like 9 o'clock at night, the fireworks are going off. There's a line. Like there's a
Donuts?
line for donuts. Like this is an hour.
I believe it.
It's off the charts,
Wow.
kids. This line for the fucking donuts.
Were these like were these were these like what kind of
Oh, they
donut? Like
were.
were these like apple cider donuts?
Were they edible
Nope,
donuts?
they were just glazed. Like Krispy Kreme hot glaze, but they were gigantic. They were like maybe 6 inches in diameter.
So you build a
But-
big enough donut and you can get lines forever.
One donut was $5.
With some white crusty powder.
$5
And then-
donut. Oh,
It was a $5 donut, and you could buy a dozen. You could buy a dozen for $50. And there was a line. I shit you not. 300 people long.
Holy.
I'm
for $5 donuts.
Wow.
for $5 donuts. They were so good. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I'm not waiting that long for a $5 donut.
I mean, with
good.
this
They were
build
so
up
good.
for our fans in Buffalo, you should really just say the name, and then we gotta go.
I don't know what it was. I don't remember.
Oh, what a cock tease!
No,
Damn you,
that's the
third
classic
edible
Erie
Tim.
County
Damn
Fair.
you, third edible Tim.
No, because there are so many freaking stands that are similar at the Erie County Fair. You can get disoriented very quickly.
We'll have to look
It's
at
just
research department.
Something at the
Research
fair.
department, look it up. Anyway, so that has been our topics. We like
Okay.
to we will be back in 3 weeks for our season premiere, where we will preview the upcoming NFL season with our friend Jeff Stoltz.
I'll be back.
In the meantime,
Yes.
you can catch up on old episodes on our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/@iftheseballspod. And don't forget to subscribe to us by tickling that little bell. Tim, show him the tickle. There we go.
Ooh, sound effects.
We would like to thank our guests for joining us this week. Thank you, Tim and Chris.
Thanks, Tim and Chris.
Thanks, guys. Whoa.
You can also follow or like us on our socials at IfTheseBallsPod on X, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and TikTok. Our website is www.iftheseballsgoodtalkpod.com. This is Mark Pesci, and from my partner John Companion and producer Pete Steffen, that's what we feel they would say if these balls could talk.
Good night, everybody.
Night. Bye.
Bye.